My channel, my channel, my content. My channel, my content. My channel, my content.
Awesome. There we go.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
How are you? Welcome, Kevin.
Whoa.
Hi.
How you doing, brother?
Sweating.
Yeah? You're busy, busy guy.
My reptile, I'm like a giant reptile enclosure and I'm in it. So I'm not able to thermoregulate because I'm required to sit still.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
Yeah.
Because I like to move.
Yeah.
Shut up!
This is going to be epic. This is going to be epic.
Yeah. I just already had Rude Rodney in here and Rob's going to try to diminish my outside distractions.
Okay, one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do all the proceeds today from the super chats or any donations. Half is gonna go to USARC, and the other half is gonna go to the Reptile Relief Fund 101. We're gonna divide it up, so
nice.
You know, hopefully you guys can kill it. We're gonna do things like anybody $25 or more donation. We're gonna give away our sticker packs, a whole bunch of them. Chris from the Reptile Ward's adding. Anybody that does 50 or more, we're going to be doing the sticker packs as well as our My Channel, My Content. We're going to sign it, autograph it, send it in. Nice little container. We want to get as many donations for both causes. Mm-hmm. And I just want to thank everybody for coming out and donating and just pounding the US ARC today with memberships and silvers and golds and bronzes and whatever. I mean, even donations. It's amazing. So, what's going on, Kevin?
Yeah, there's been a lot of activity because a few weeks ago I really started getting pretty nervous and not liking what I'm seeing. So I've been advocating would be the principle, but I've been very noisy and trying to stir up people talking. Certainly, you're talking, all these other people are talking. We're trying to like shake the tree. And somebody like you can probably say you see a little bit of what I'm talking about and you get it.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful, but you're very unique. That you're in Canada. So right now, this is, North American problem. And, certainly state-wise, it's really, really worrisome. But the underlying tone is where I'm very, very troubled. And the underlying tone is for all of the people keeping reptiles, certainly in the United States and Canada, the people that are willing to come behind an organization which is designed to deal with the legislative hurdles which are coming at us at a greater rate. There's very few people that are willing to get behind these entities, and we have this weird thought, someone else will do it, or it's not my state and that's in another state, or that's not the kind of animal I keep. And we're always thinking like, somebody else is going to do it, not my problem. And we're very disconnected. We're not unified at all. We're fringe keepers. We like to keep these weird animals that right off the bat is a problem. And the idea that people don't agree largely with us choosing these as pets. We're odd, we're weird, we're icky. Or we like to keep these animals because I want to see the thing kill something, kill a rat, or, and that is alarming in itself because I love rats. And that's not the reason I don't know a single person that is keeping these animals for this thing, but I've been trying. I don't know if you've seen some of what I'm talking about like, there's like a prejudice that's really starting to set in against us. And like, what's behind these laws besides anti-pet? So we have in the United States, we have the National Humane Society. Obviously, there's PETA. There's Center for Biological Diversity. All these different, it could be Nature Conservancy, it could be anything, and they don't really understand us. But they then align themselves with state regulators, state politicians that want to impose more legislation against these animals. So they've now aligned their common goal, which is to basically get rid of fringe animal keeping. So we're not talking about lions and tigers. We're talking about this other, weird community of people that want to keep arachnids, scorpions, and snakes, and lizards, and frogs. And that to the common person seems very odd and unusual. And how many of us have watched a news story where you're like, oh my God, it's like a rose-haired tarantula, and the person next door is keeping this venomous.
Yep.
Well, a honeybee is venomous, but they're casting in this light that they're creating this prejudice, they're misinforming the public, and they're doing all these things. And we're up against this. We have no way to really unify ourselves, to have a voice to counter these arguments. And I'm trying to figure a way to get people to realize the time is now. We've gone way too far. We're really, really in trouble. And now with COVID, we even have a bigger problem because they now have the idea that they can present our animals in needed legislation because our animals are going to become the disease vector. Yeah. So snakes could have started COVID, which is nonsense, nor did bats. But snakes could have started COVID, so we need to stop the movement of snakes. Well, but now it could be rodents because we have, anybody see all the mink over in Denmark?
No.
Like 13 million mink were euthanized. They had to bring in the army to kill the mink. So a worker with COVID was in, I think they had like 7, 11, 12 different facilities of all these mink farms. And a person took COVID into a facility, transferred it to a mink. It then transferred among the mink and then got back to people. So they went and euthanized all of these mink. I mean,
wow,
13 million mink or whatever, bringing in the army to help kill them because it was so much. And they had to go to all these different facilities. It's just like when we're talking about avian flu, when they kill all the chickens, swine flu. And this is really, it's getting to be scary because if we're talking about a pandemic and we're talking about a disease vector, all you have to do is just offer a little bit of poor information to the public. They'll consume it and then they'll go against you because they're all freaking out because, obviously the insanity and the hardships and the death and everything that's COVID's already done. But now they're proposing these laws for this, or you can't take in Illinois, you wouldn't be able to take your pet outside of your house, which is essentially your house is probably the habitat in the cage of that animal. So if you take it outside your house, you could suffer. I was looking at what could happen to you, and they're saying 1 year in prison or $2,500 fine per episode. We have New York talking about a complete ban, no importation of pet species, including fish. So all the transshipping that comes in of tropical fish and everything into New York would cease. They would not be shipped into the state, shipped out of the state, shipped across the state. And then we have, all these other things. I'm going to stop for a second, Billy, because I'm just hogging up all of the narrative, and I'm sorry.
No, man. I mean, you know what this is? I mean, normally we have a guest, we plan it. Mm-hmm. I mean, we talk about a bunch of shit.
You don't know about me. Just ask Kevin 2 things, and 2 hours have gone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a fucking, I don't know. Right now, I think I'm going to put my money on you. Who can talk more?
I was going to say, it's a real nice change from usual.
You know what? It's not that I'm not enjoy talking. It's I am so passionate and so worried. I am so worried for our hobby and our community. I feel that I have to project as much as possible. I have to rile you. I have to pretty much figure out trigger words. I have to incite a reaction, and not so much, with you, because you're obviously very, very proactive, but you're an aberrancy, and I'm certainly an aberrancy. But with your platform and all the people that revere you and that are motivated by you and that admire you and the work that you're doing, certainly with all your ball pythons and all that excitement up in Canada, we have to take our platforms and articulate, like, if I say all this stuff, you're going to take in what makes sense. You're going to redo it into a way that you can create a dialect that you think is easy to be consumed by your audience.
Right.
And that is wonderful. So, I spend time talking to, all of these people that I'm trying to incite. And it's remarkable that a lot of people don't seem to know what's going on.
Yeah, what's scaring me is first we heard about the thing going on in Florida, and then the Tegus, and then New York, and now fucking Illinois, and it's like, wow, that's what we're seeing now. Who knows what's coming? It's fucked.
It really is. So when I was arguing for South Carolina, I kind of like, if I'm repeating myself, forgive me, but I have to. Because I think I touched on something that was really kind of interesting. So if I'm in South Carolina, I can get a pig. I can raise up a big, giant 2,000-pound pig, right? And we have literal proof that pigs are, can be one of the most destructive feral animals, and they can just wreak incredible destruction on the environment. Not as much as humans can, but they can do a lot. So anyone can do that. You don't need a permit. I can lash together out of cut down pine trees a pen and try to contain this pig. And then one day the pig gets out and it goes off in the environment, and I'm never able to retrieve the pig. I might not even say anything, and that becomes one of many feral pigs. And that's all legal. But in South Carolina, there is no invasive population of Argentinian black and white tegus, nor are there blue tegus. So they're not invasive. And the only ones that have been found have been what clearly are pets. Right. Big, fat, lumbering, well-fed tegus, not the tegu that would exist in the wild down in Argentina and Paraguay or whatever, Peru. So, red tegus and all that. But they're not there, and they're preemptively going to ban, not just create, or not just be satisfied by a rigid permitting system. They say, no, you have 100 and X amount of days to remove these animals from your facility, however you do it, euthanize them, send them out, whatever. We don't care that you traveled into our state, you set up residency, you've created a business. None of that matters. We're going to ban them. So what is the reason why the pig, everything was fine with the pig, but why isn't the tegu fine? And I was kind of like, they just don't like us keeping these animals. They don't like us. They think of us probably with a certain amount of disdain and contempt. And they probably might, we're fringe keepers. So, we have long hair. We, drug addicts, tattoos. I don't have any tattoos. I have one big tattoo. Piercings. We're drug users, drug dealers. We're weird nerds. We're awkward, socially awkward. But we're these fringe people. Maybe there's not a lot of us. Certainly, we're not well unified. Only thing we have here right now is literally U.S. art, and U.S. art is everything to us. But if I'm a politician and I have this kind of like regal lifestyle, I get to go on vacations. I probably have multiple homes. I got plenty of money in the bank. I'm always going to have this great income. I have investments. So they're really enjoying the luxuries of an easy life, not like they've worked hard. They're not like the common man or woman, the person. They don't maybe have all these struggles. They're getting caught for texting or something to each other or saying something, but they don't have the day-to-day problems. So they don't realize our need to escape and get into our animals and lose ourselves in a fascination of an environment that is being annihilated. As you watch the coral reefs dying, you don't ever hear about the greatest ecosystem in the world right now that's dying, and that's the Great Barrier Reef. It's dying. It's like, and you can see it from space. You don't hear about it, but you always hear about some kind of social injustice or cancel culture. We've so gone over the edge, it seems, and we're caught up in all these social dilemmas. And it's very easy for these politicians to think ill of us. We don't present ourselves probably as an organized face, and we're an easy target to attack. And certainly for anti-pet outfits, we're a very, very easy target, and we're a constant target. And now that's why we're seeing this move. So let me ask you a question. Up in Canada, could you, if I bred a pet rabbit, could I breed a rabbit and sell it in your state or your province? Excuse me? Province?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't see why not.
so.
I know that
Yeah,
people sell them, and I know that they sell them in stores. I'm pretty sure that you can just, there's no law or bylaw saying that you can't have them or you can't breed them and sell them.
Okay, so California, it is illegal to breed a rabbit and sell any of the babies.
Really?
Illegal.
That's crazy.
I cannot take two pedigree cats, breed them, and sell the kittens. I can't do pedigree dogs. It's illegal now.
Wow.
So this kind of stuff is quietly happened. So what they've done in New Hampshire, and we went to both the House and the Senate, and we fought it, and we argued very effectively. We had the House committee members and the Senate members vote for us, so they voted down these bills, and we left the hearings feeling, we had a little bit of justice. We voiced our argument, and we engaged these politicians and convinced them that these laws that they're proposing are unjust. And about 6 months later, I found out that the law did indeed pass. And I could not understand. So even though you have a period of time for public comment, and then you do a vote, and everything's very official, they can go behind your back and go to the floor, a closed meeting. And this politician does, well, if you sign on to my bill, I'll sign on to your bill, or whatever they do. So the politician that was presenting a bill, and one of the aspects of this bill is this: if I breed X amount of mice, X amount of guppies, X amount of bearded dragons, I need a breeder license, right? If I enter the state with a mouse, with a parakeet, with a rabbit, I must have a health certificate. So it would have to be seen by a veterinarian, who then generates this like $65 health certificate. That's good for 14 days for it to legally enter the state, including feeder mice.
Oh, wow.
So feeder mice, if I get 500 feeder mice, they have to come with a health certificate. And I went kind of crazy on this, but the law passed very sneakily. And the guy that I was arguing against, when we had 2.5 hours, which is what FWC is allowing the opposition to voice all our concerns in Florida, we got 2.5 hours. And in those 2.5 hours, the guy that is presenting, this Democrat politician that's presenting the bill, grandstands for an hour. stammering, regurgitating incorrect notions, incorrect forms of ideas, not getting it right, not getting the verbiage right, and stumbling and stammering. And I'm sitting there looking at this guy, and I'm like, you're trying to scare people that these exotic animals are carrying diseases, that people are breeding all these exotic animals in their homes and they must be controlled. And you're talking about these crazy things and you don't even know what you're talking about. He doesn't know the subject well. And I'm like, I will eat your lunch. I will banish your narrative in minutes. And I basically did. And it didn't matter. And what's really troubling is where are these laws coming from? So the laws in this case are generated by the National Humane Society. And there's 2 women there. Now I'm going to try to say this without appearing he is misogynistic or anything like that. But I've met these women before. And it seems like they have a formula. They're 2 semi-attractive women, long hair, wearing skirts, wearing boots. And they go into these meetings. You don't even know who they are. But after you get to know who they are, you've got to figure it out. And they will sit quietly, listening and writing down. And I've tried to talk to them. I said hello. They will ignore you. They will look down at the ground as if you do not exist. So there's a formula. So I think what they do is they have, it's probably likely, in my opinion, anecdotally, that the best effective messenger of these laws and how to actually get an interface with a politician that might accept or sign on is to use a maybe a damsel in distress. Goes in there and says, look, these animals, or people are keeping these exotic animals, they belong in the wild. What wild?
Yeah, it's gone.
I mean, that you know, these, and largely these are captive animals and all this different stuff. But they're saying these things. They're going to get loose. They're going to take over ecosystems. They have disease. They're dangerous. All these crazy things. People are keeping venomous spiders and all this. And they are getting probably some male who says, hey, little darling, I'll sign on to your pet bill. And they then tell him a bunch of gibberish, which is literally so fiction-based and non-factual. It's so troubling to me to actually hear it being regurgitated. But they get somebody to support their cause and they take it up. And then it gets, you know, the seedling, you plant the seed, it goes to a seedling, and then it starts becoming like a tree. And by the time we can fight it, it's a friggin' tree. When we should be able to have a dialogue between an intelligent government or political base or whatever, legislative base, where we can stop allowing these things to go so forward if we had an arena to argue with facts, with common sense, and find something that is tangible and something that's realistic. But instead, they come in there and they're so isolated from the truth, and then they regurgitate it. And then when we respond to it, our work is too hard. It's just like, I use this little idea. If I built a beautiful swimming pool, giant swimming pool, and invited a whole bunch of friends over, and somebody goes over to the swimming pool and all these kids go in the water and they're all swimming around, and then somebody goes over to the swimming pool and pees. He starts peeing, you know he's peeing in the pool. Then goes, hey, come on in, let's all go swimming. Everybody's gonna be like, I'm not going in there. But if you think the volume of that little bit of negativity, of the bit of pee per volume versus the size of the swimming pool, people are going to go, no, he just did that. We want no part of that. all while the little children are in the pool and they're all peeing.
Yeah.
But you don't see it. But it gets polluted, and we're in a day and age where people just get a little short snippet of information and they immediately make their reaction. They've already, I'm this way or this way and all that kind of stuff. And we're really in a bad place. And it's going to be infectious. I'm certainly aware over the years of some different laws that have happened, that I've heard in Canada. And in some provinces, like a ball python is illegal. Or they have, like, if I take a ball python and I put it into a shoebox and I transport it in a plastic shoebox, the space, air holes. But if I contain that animal in that plastic shoebox, I could be brought up on animal cruelty charges. Have you heard that one?
Wow, I haven't heard that one. No, there's.
Okay, so what happened?
Damn.
Years ago, there was a couple ball python breeders, and I don't know what the province was, and they found out that in their province, ball pythons were illegal in Canada, right? So they took all their ball pythons and some eggs, and they went to a hotel and were hiding, and somebody ratted them out, and they raided the hotel, and they caught them with all these ball pythons and all these shoe boxes, and then they charged them with animal abuse.
Wow.
So another one, there's a guy that came home from work one day, and whatever you call your Canadian authorities for animal stuff, they were there at his house with a veterinarian. And he had about 80 some odd reptiles. And in his province, they're all illegal. And he had a golden child reticulated python among other pythons, and it had babies. And they said that they were there because they had illegal animals, and they were there to euthanize his animals. And so they started euthanizing his animals, I guess, at his house.
Yep.
And so I guess they're probably doing heart stabs and probably overdosing with barbiturates, and they're killing his baby snakes, and he had to endure that. And then there's another story about, this was years ago, I was reading about a woman who had a stock, I guess, of lambs, an heirloom stock of lambs that were known to either have a disease or be subjective to a disease genetically. So they decided that this line of these heirloom sheep needed to be euthanized. So this woman goes into this whole nightmare where they come to her house and they show up at her house and they'll arrest you, and they handcuff her, and they start euthanizing her sheep. And I think she had some hidden at some other person's house, and they got wind of that. And if one of you guys were looking on, not Google, but DuckDuckGo, because Google's going to show you a different version of reality. But maybe if you typed in heirloom sheep, Canada, euthanized, destroyed, because it's Boolean. Like if you just use the keywords, it's Boolean logic for your searches. I haven't looked for it lately, but I was reading this story, and it was very, very troubling. You guys are hardcore when it comes to this is the law.
Get it done.
Yeah, it was like you're gonna go and they just start killing all of her sheep, and they did, and it was like I can't really imagine that.
Crazy.
It's horrific, and I don't know, like it's so hard to not like be overwhelming in this. So one of my ideas, besides getting people to react to US art, to realize that US art is everything. Your membership is so important, but your voice and your name on a petition, your name when you send an email, that 1 minute or 5 minutes, whatever it takes to do that, get off of TikTok, stop looking at that gibberish, go look at something that's actually real, that you can be part of, that you can do something positive, tangible, help your fellow keeper, do something that is for the greater good. Stop being selfish, stop being self-absorbed, stop thinking it's not going to happen, because it is happening. It is happening in front of us. I mean, we could go 2 weeks from now and you'll get a new announcement that they're gonna start pushing more bans on not being able to ship animals across state borders because they could be a disease vector. You might find out that in California that they're proposing it might be illegal to sell a mouse or a rat.
Yep, there's your feeders.
And meanwhile, the laws that are being lessened for, all of these near or basically criminal activities, and you're watching, obviously you're seeing a lot of our I don't know, whatever, all the things that are going in Seattle and Washington, and they're standing up against the police and they're doing these things. Meanwhile, they're blinding the police with lasers. They're shooting rockets at them. They're lighting things on fire. They're doing horrific things, burning stores. And a lot of these people are nothing is really being done because they're just voicing their rights. But I can't sell a bunny rabbit?
Crazy.
I mean, where have we distorted things so much and we've allowed it? So like California, I was looking at a couple laws and I'm just looking for contrast. So I won't be able to sell a bunny rabbit or a kitten or a puppy unless it's a rescue, but a person under the age of 18 engaged in prostitution for money or prostitution for drugs cannot be arrested, cannot be prosecuted, cannot be saved by the police under new California law. And they've lessened pedophilia laws in California.
Wow.
They're doing these, and there's areas in California where breaking into a vehicle and stealing a radio or stealing something out of the car is no longer even a crime, and you get a citation.
What?
They give you a ticket if they catch you. Then if we go down to Texas and I'm a criminal and I do some criminal activity that you or I will surely go to jail for, but if I'm an illegal immigrant into this country, undocumented person, I can engage in this activity, drunk drive, whatever, and either I can't be arrested, or if I'm arrested, I'm released. And I'm relied on my own recognizance to come back to court, and they don't come back to court. They just set them free. So we're allowing, gangbangers and all this different stuff, and this is ruining law-abiding, tax-paying people's lives. They're getting caught up in the crossfire, or some kind of drug activity or burglary. And all of this, we're allowing this, and we're somehow accepting this. And this is all on the pretense, like we're violating people's civil liberties. Well, what about my civil liberties to keep a class of pet that I get emotional support from, that helps make me feel better, that helps me through a tough day, something that I look forward to interacting with? How come I don't have any rights, and that they're prejudiced against me because who they think I am? Or, there's way more apple pie people than me that keep a lot of reptiles that you'd have a hard time saying something, openly, negative that you could find about them easily, but they still are reptile keepers. So how come I don't have any civil liberties to just want to keep, some animals not breaking any laws, but they're going to make it so, it's illegal. I don't understand that rationale. And it's really alarming. So it gives me a lot of energy. So I spend a lot of time activating. I'm trying to activate everybody. So I get it going, and then I might get something going to you, and then you get something going to whatever. And it's like this, this domino effect. And it's really been happening. The past couple of weeks, we've really been at it. And, Rob and Jeremy, we're all working on our social media. And then, I have all these other people helping me that are so wonderful. And they're adding to the message, and they're getting across their platforms. But we still, obviously need to do so much more. But if we don't look at the bigger picture and we push back and we're like,
we're done.
I just, I don't know what to do. So I'm just not going to do anything. He's going to do it. Nah, USARC, whatever. It's so boring reading of USARC. They're always saying this is going to be illegal. Alaska's going to ban salamanders. Why the hell do I care if they ban salamanders in Alaska? That's what people think. Why the fuck are they going to ban salamanders in Alaska? They might go outside and freeze. The justification. They're picking low-hanging fruit. They get no pushback. When FWC in Florida presented yellow anacondas and green anacondas, or mostly just yellow anacondas in one session, they had literally five or six people on the phone, like pushing back, saying this isn't fair. You can't make these banned and all that. FWC is like, yeah, this is great. Banned. Just like that, because no one cared. No one was organized. No one did anything. And, I was pushing, and I thought that I would have gotten more people. And I didn't.
Yep.
And I failed. But now I'm trying some different approaches. And one of my methods is shaming people.
Yeah.
I want to shame you. So on Morph Market, we're going to come up with a USARC badge system,
which is awesome. I saw
it. It's going to be. It's not going to be like bronze, silver so much. It's going to be like USARC
member
advocate.
Yeah.
USARC heavy lifter, USARC power lifter, USARC class champion. Something that shows
that you're supporting.
That symbolize
support.
Sharing the burden with USARC. Yep. Because USARC is the final voice and the message to government officials, but its power of USARC is all of its members. So it's all the bricks of that structure. And I want to make that structure
strong.
Huge.
Yes,
and I
definitely.
want to make it so if I'm, let's say if I'm on Morph Market and I could say, I'm a USARC power lifter or a class champion, advocate, whatever. And I have that different nice looking little graphic that we're going to come up with. It might make the other breeder
cough up. I want to be like
that.
Yeah.
And then if I'm a customer, well, these guys realize that we need to fight and we need to worry about the laws and all that, and they're fighting for our rights. I think I'm more likely to want to buy.
Correct. Support
that person.
Yep.
Yeah, because we all have to give. I constantly try to give back. It's I can do this. I can spend 1,000 hours doing this, and I'll give you a good example. Did you hear about the ball python that we put up for adoption with no eyes?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Did you see what some of my haters were trying to claim? What do you think they were trying to claim?
I saw that that people were sharing and going, oh, look at this. These guys are selling fucked up genetics and you know, they're breeding all this types of shit. And no.
Fuck yeah, man.
It happens.
No eyes, no heads, missing tails, no intestinal system. If I can make money, bam, bam, bam.
That's all they care about. Yep.
It's like, I guess evidently you have 3 fucking brain cells.
Or maybe
you
2.
Miss everything we do, everything we talk about, every single thing. The story of that snake was, it was a friend's. She's having some health problems. She wanted to downsize some of her animals. That snake was an animal that was hatched. It was born with no eyes. And we helped her. I helped assist feed that animal because she really, oh my God, you know, she's got some special needs. She really was like, this is my baby. And so I assist fed it, and we worked on it, and some other people were helping. And eventually it started eating. And then she's had the snake for like 2 years. So it eats now and it's fine. It just can't see, but it's uniquely healthy and all that. So she gave it back to us and says, you know, I want you to go and adopt this out. So if I put it on my online store, I don't have like a special adoption, you know, it's Shopify. Right. It's a product. It comes with a price tag. So, but it's an adoption. So you put out this animal, you give it, you know, this name, and we didn't obviously explain all the backstory, but the animal is inherently perfect other than the fact that it wasn't born with the luxury of sight, but it does really well. And people who are battling to be smarter than a dust bunny will take that, go out and run with it, and then say, I'm nothing but a greedy breeder.
It has no care for the animal.
What?
Yeah, with no care for the animal. You just want the money. That bullshit.
There is no money.
Yes.
There's no money. This right here consumes all of my money. I work every single day. I get paid shit. Nothing. Garbage. This is it. This is my luxury. This is my animals. And now they're under fire. And I don't know. I so desperately want to change the mindsets of people. And thank you, because there is something I really want to work on. I really want to start not tolerating when people are flaming other people. So the basic idea is, if you go into these groups, these reptile groups, and let's say it's a leopard gecko group, and somebody shows their 10-gallon tank with some green astroturf carpet and a fire truck in there and a water dish and, you know, a ball, whatever. And they're like, here's my beard and my leopard gecko setup. People, you are horrible. Everything about this is wrong. And they just do this like talking down, even though that person
knows no better,
may not understand. You didn't do the research before you got the animal. Okay, but guess what? They actually have the animal. So I guess to validate your importance in your superior intellect, in your vast knowledge, you need to degrade that person that wasn't trying to do anything wrong, that was showing off something that they had value for, something they were excited about, and you flame them and you annihilate them. And I watch that behavior, and I want more people to come into our industry. One of the most important things is to bring in new hobbyists, more people. The more there are, the more love of these animals, the more animal empathy, the more they can enlighten other people. They teach people about a bearded dragon, and then maybe they think about a rainforest, maybe think about a coral reef. Any appreciation of an animal is what I'm about. I'm an animal person, And it's very, very important. And to chase that person out of that group because they're embarrassed, they're devalued, demeaned, just made to feel horrible, really makes me angry, especially now I'm going to be an arrogant prick. When I can look at those people and go, I can school you all day long on reptiles. And what you think you know is dog shit. And like, I'll do that when the time is right. And I want to fight with people when they deserve it. But I would never, if, you know, I know more than most reptile people about a lot of weird stuff, but I would not annihilate somebody because I think so highly of myself. I'd be like,
teach.
Hey, let's help you fix it, or
Correct.
help you. And how come that
doesn't happen?
It doesn't seem to be the norm. There's people that run to other groups and say, I just posted something and I got annihilated. Now comes my story. 6 years ago, I don't know if you see any of, I don't know how much you know about me. I certainly see that you're doing ball pythons. You built a new facility, and you got some real tight, nice stuff. And I obviously give you lots of credit and congratulate you with your success. And you're very well respected. I appear to understand that. I wish I could say the same about me, but I'm very much into like understanding mindsets of animals, like in socialization, and
right.
You know, I can admire it for its beauty or its intrigue, but sometimes I also want to like understand.
You want to dig deeper. Yeah, you want to get more
okay.
deeper. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was showing off some of my stuff, I don't know, 6 years ago, what I do with monitors. And I was showing how I could take like a big monitor and offer it a frozen food animal, and it's like, try and eat it. And then I put my hand there and it knows the difference between my hand.
Correct.
And then I show how friendly and how I can get them to come to me and how they won't bite. And I got annihilated by the elite keepers in those fields. And I would show these videos and I got ridiculed.
Yep.
It was amazing. And then people that would stick up for me, they got attacked. So they basically didn't sign on to my ideas and what I was saying. So I went and created a Facebook group called Urban Dinosaur, right? So Urban Dinosaur just existed until just last year and had about 25,000 members. And it's all about, you know, lizard minds, you know, and no live feed videos, all, you know, supportive education, no flaming people, newbies and all that. And I was notified by Facebook I violated the terms of service. I don't know why. They wouldn't tell me. And then they sent me their Facebook trash can and said, Urban Dinosaur has been deleted. Gone. Poof.
Wow.
But you can have a Facebook group that celebrates annihilation of people.
And putting down of people and the ganging and bullying and everything else.
So you can literally take a person's face and put it in a bowl of shit, superimpose it, and people are all making fun of it and laughing. That's okay.
Don't get it.
What the fuck is going on? I don't understand this. So we attack ourselves, and it is so destructive. I'm tired of it. I'm literally tired of it. It's like, you fucking people, you're so ignorant. You look at one thing, you know, somebody could pull out a drawer
and there's poop
and
in
there's
it.
a snake poop in the drawer.
Fucking hate it.
And oh, you're believing it. I was showing some boa constrictors, some of my breeder boas, and I was keeping them on cocoa block, cocoa peat. And a person says, you're disgusting. Your animals are living in like in a bed of shit. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how can you believe this? I do a video with my leucistic king cobra, who gets an infection around the sheath of its fang, and it causes the face to swell, and then there's a little duct underneath the eye, and it causes fluid and edema in the eye and around the area. And it's a wild-caught snake, and the worming process is very, very, I'm very worried about. So it's a very, very slow process, making sure the animal's healthy and a slow worming process because of her worm load. And when you worm an animal like that, if you kill too many parasites or if you do anything, sometimes they can cause the animal to die. The parasites, they can tox out the animal's bloodstream, blah, 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 blah. So there was it looked like a tapeworm. So it was a cest toad, and it was a subcutaneous cest toad down towards the lower part of her body, near the dorsal area. And you'll see, like if you ever see imported green tree pythons, you'll see these little bumps under their skin, like the size of a Tic Tac. And that is a tapeworm from like the rodents that green tree python is eating. So the green tree python isn't the vehicle for that worm to complete its life cycle. So my cobra had this thing. I cleaned off the area, and then I incised an area between the scales and removed this breaking down parasite. And then I spray in diluted chlorhexidine. Yep. And I'm pretty good with veterinary procedures and skills. I have a long history of it, and I have a fair aptitude for it. So you call that irrigating. You're irrigating this, this incision, this little wound. And people then accuse me of injecting the animal with chlorhexidine, injecting it like intramuscularly, systemically, whatever. And I'm like, I guess maybe you have googly eyes that belong on a stuffed animal because you can't see. And then my cobra's mouth was swollen because I pulled the fangs out of my venomous snakes, and all these things. And it's like, wow, I tried to show you people like some of the more tragic sides and a little bit under the rug, what you have to deal with when you keep these animals,
right?
And you have people that will so ridicule you. They see things in a certain way, and if they hate you, I'm not going to say they're jealous of me, but they don't like me or whatever their thing for me is, which incites this animosity or the need to not have eyeballs that work or have a brain that can actually listen to my dialect and my verbiage and how I narrate the whole thing, explaining painfully what's going on. And then my cobra Lilith then saying that her eye was gone. And they're saying all these things. But every single one of these things can be shown that it's not true. And, why didn't I take it to a vet? I don't need to take it to a vet. I don't have all these animals because I need a fucking vet.
They're going to do the same fucking thing.
I know vets will, come to me for information, and I can explain it. I can break it down real quick. I'm very good at diagnosing things. And it's amazing. But these people, these armchair warriors, will do anything they can to devalue and discredit you. And I really am troubled by that. Not so much for me. For the future.
Yeah, yes. 100%. It's ridiculous. So it's almost like we're accepting it now because it's like you said, no one's being called out. We're just letting it slide, but it's growing at such a pace where when we start doing something, it's too fucking late.
I don't think we should tolerate that kind of behavior. It's like, we'll give you a case in point. Brian Barczyk. Brian Barczyk hasn't been treated well by
the masses,
her community, in my opinion. And people will say, whatever some of their reasons are, they're so vast, and I'm so not aware. I've known Brian a long time. I can pull out any animal and show it to Brian, and Brian gets excited. Brian loves animals. And there's people that say, you don't love animals. And it's like, are you
fucking
people,
kidding me?
are you daft? The guy loves animals so much, like every single thing. And they're like, oh, he's only doing that because of money or this or that, or it's going to suffer. And it's like, that isn't the person that I've known all these years I've ever seen. I've never seen that person. Never. I know some other people in our industry that may have far less regard for, you know, animals and empathy. They still like them, but, you know, they're not some, you know, bleeding heart like I am. But Brian is certainly closer to a bleeding heart than the other side.
Exactly.
But so we have a person that has the biggest social media presence. He's worked incredibly hard to get it. He has a huge audience, and he's gone into just people that just keep pets. And now he's, you know, gone over to other platforms like Marshmallow trap music or whatever the hell it is. And I don't even, whatever. And I'm a metalhead, you know?
No.
And,
fuck,
yeah.
really? Oh my God. Breaking news,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I could not fucking tell.
Metal, metal, metal. You can hear metal in our videos. That's like my, you know, I have tons of music. So they're, you know, written and performed and everything. But we're going to alienate the person with the biggest base, the person that can probably have the biggest call to arms from their social media platform. And we're going to just have Facebook groups to celebrate making fun of him, making fun of the people around him, ridiculing him, doing really like nasty stuff. At some point, doesn't that ever get old? Doesn't like, okay, you've done it, but the real enemy is not Brian Barczyk, not even close. The real enemy is
the division.
Legislators' prejudice against who they think we are and what we are. And it's very simple. And we need to sign on. I think it's very important to sign on to the idea of prejudice against us, discriminate against us because of the class of animals that we choose. They don't believe that we can get any emotional support and that these animals have any feelings. They just don't believe that. And they're the ignorant ones. We're not the ignorant ones. We're just not well organized or unified. So I plan to create a national advocate association for the United States or broader. And what it would be, we would go into our industry and find the best or just a sample of some of the top people in their fields, but they all need to be like-minded. We need somebody that if you swear in a Zoom meeting, they're not going to, you know, fall apart and start reciting scripture or something like that. We all have to have the same narrative. And the narrative is we need to create a face, so to speak, a presentation of our industry, and celebrate the best, the good things. And we pick maybe 7 topics which are argued against us. So what are the chances of your pet reptile spreading a disease to you? And we know it's nil, but if you go on the CDC website, if you go to the National Humane Society, they have a very contrary idea, and they're telling you that having a reptile in your house could threaten the lives of children and elderly. Maybe address, like, what is the real story of the pythons in the Everglades? You know, nothing that's going to support the 100,000 that they claim, and python apocalypse or snake apocalypse or whatever, you know, the zombie of the Everglades. The progression of captive husbandry and techniques, how they've evolved and where we're at. the improvements we've made in our industry through companies like ZoomEd, making all these products that allow us to keep these animals more effectively better, create a better environment for these animals, and ultimately improve the success and obviously captive propagation. But celebrate the ZoomEds and what we've accomplished. Talk about the keeping of these animals can be used to help educate and encourage people to care about animals, see maybe a snake in different eyes, see a tarantula in different eyes, and go, oh, I thought it was slimy. And then they touch it. And then before long, some of those people are keeping them. But they can spread the word. They can do something positive. But it doesn't happen if I go, here's a picture of a ball python. You can't touch one because it's illegal, but you can look at a picture. I'm never going to captivate anybody with that. So these animals in our homes, why it's a good thing. You know, if it's a family hobby where we're keeping it in a spare bedroom, where we have some fish tanks in the living room and we have Spike the bearded dragon. We probably need to talk about people, we keep snakes, some people keep snakes in rack systems, and talk about the enrichment idea and how we tend to cast our ideals of what we think is right onto our version of that animal's life in captivity, and we're projecting our ideas, and often most of the time our ideas are wrong. And I always talk about certain things, and one of the things I say, see the animal for what it is, not what you want to think it is. So you and I know, if I take a ball python and I start giving it more and more space, a lot of times obviously ball pythons are different in their whole psyche, but some are shyer and some might be a little bit more outgoing. A lot of them tend to be very cryptic and shy. So the larger the space I create with less cryptic places that they can wedge themselves into, they start becoming uncomfortable. They start seeking out something where they can hide. They might not want to eat. They might not want to succeed. And this thing can then go over to a water monitor lizard. It can do all of these things. But it would be good to start addressing all these things in a positive light with, articles or stories, and we create a website and then a community with message boards so you have people that do crocodilians, people that do bearded dragons, people that do rhacodactyls, people that do ball pythons, people that do giant pythons, people that do dwarf monitors, all the different stuff. You have this whole community, and then you drive all the base to that to look at these pages, become part of the conversation, and then get these pages cached. So when Google looks, they see it all in this one place. So when somebody's going on there, what are the chances if I get my son Dexter a ball python, will I get a disease? Boom.
Brings them there.
Yes, it's there. And it will always be there. And then that community then picks out other remarkable keepers and spotlight them. And every time you recognize somebody, it's almost like you're winning an award. But we want to take these people with big social platforms. We want to drive the audience there. We're not selling animals there. All we're doing is celebrating. Right. We might advertise dry products, dry goods, because we're going to need some funding to keep this thing going. But then that handshakes with the USART. And it helps USART, but that can really effectively advocate. And we need to get it to a place where, if I'm boring all the audience because he just keeps on going on about laws, and he's not talking about keeping ball pythons. He's not talking about the odium gene. He's not talking about crazy new ball pythons or something. I'm boring because I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the car and the paint job. I'm talking about, am I ever going to be able to put gas in my car again? Yep. Will they ever sell me gas again? Because it won't matter. My car, I don't care if my car is a big engine. If I can't
put gas in it, you're fucked.
It's done.
Yep.
And the same thing's going to happen if I can't legally have these animals, or if I can't take an animal out of my house. or if it's confined to my state, or whatever the hell,
or
it
even
is.
or even sell it, ship it. We're gonna lose everything that we know as of now, and it's fucking gonna be traumatizing. It's coming faster than I've ever seen it. Like, it's like, here you go, here you go, here you go. Tomorrow we could have another one. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
we're not prepared.
So tell me, what have I said to you? What's interesting? What is causing you to have some kind of reaction?
You mean from what you just said?
On the spot, bastard.
Yeah, no. So from what you just said now, or from what I've been seeing?
Everything. I don't care. Pick.
Well, you know what?
Whatever.
One thing is, and I even said this to you earlier. Me being here in Canada, we don't see as much as of this legislation, or we don't hear it. That's such a big effect, like what we're seeing that they're trying to change now. So this is my first time. Like 3 days ago or 2 days ago, I donated, or I signed up for US Art. I'm in Canada. That doesn't affect me. Oh, it's in the United States. And I'm sitting there going, fuck.
$1,000.
Well, yeah, because
$1,000.
that's
you are. I have to really that you're wonderful, because that is so big of you. And
well, it's going to affect me too, and it's going to affect the people that are amazing, that keep these animals, whether they're ball python people, and that's what people don't understand. This is an effect for all animals, like fucking fish. Like, I used to be a fish keeper.
I'm a fish guy.
Yeah, I used to be. I'm actually looking at getting
a
a fucking fish tank in the new facility. Like, now I can't. Like, what do you mean I can't? Like, that fucking pisses me off. But the thing,
in Canada, I was looking at some of the laws, like the fish have to come in and go into quarantine and all sorts of weird stuff. Are you aware of any of that?
No. I mean, when I used to import fish, and sell it to some of the bigger companies, 25 years ago. And it was different. Now I have no idea.
25 years. That's a little time window, and it's totally changed everything for us now. You guys have some pretty restrictive laws about moving, like, bugs. Can you guys ship crickets around?
We can. I know dubia roaches are illegal.
Okay, why is a dubia roach illegal?
It's the dumbest thing ever. I have no clue why.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I breed roaches. Dubia roaches are slow to reproduce. They're not one of the more prolific roaches. And even when kept at 85 degrees with excellent humidity and citrus and
everything they need,
protein, low protein, and all different stuff, to adhere to their diet restrictions, and they're still hard to propagate with big volumes of numbers, and you guys can't have them.
Yep.
Maybe someone found it in their tea. And they're like, oh my God, I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
And the thing is, like, they're really good for lizards and stuff. They're not like,
it's all cockroach. Any kind of roach is technically illegal.
But they're probably one of the best feeders.
There's way better feeder roaches than dubia roaches. You could go to a parallel, which would be like the Guyana 4-6 spot roach, which is it's a subterranean roach, but it's larger bodied. The nymph is excellent. They're more prolific than a dubia roach. Smaller roaches that can climb would be a speckled roach, the lobster roach. Very prolific, soft-bodied, don't have any real spiny legs. Their exoskeleton is incredibly minimal. And they're a superior roach to dubias. Just orange heads and speckled roach superior.
We'll be just happy just to feed dubia roaches, let alone those ones. Like, those are like.
Do you have crickets?
Yeah, we can have crickets.
Crickets, yeah.
Whoa, go Canada! Yes.
Yeah.
Cricket power.
That's about it. Mealworms, superworms,
waxworms,
hornworms.
Okay, so you have Manduca sexta, which is a hornworm. How about silkworms?
Yep, those two.
But no dubia roaches.
Nope.
I don't understand that. validation of
And we
that.
can also have all the isopods, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh boy.
And you could breed your own superworms, create beetles.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
find those being a little bit more destructive. But dubia roaches you can't breed or even have.
You can't even have. Never mind.
I think
breed.
you could get a fine if you have them.
Yeah.
It's
Holy
crazy.
shit. So I'm still waiting for you to tell me what is interesting about any of what I've said to you.
From you?
What do you talk a different language?
No. I'm just trying to think. There's so much. Kevin, you're so fucking out there. You know, there's so much.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not even playing my guitar. Usually I have to hurt myself. I need a guitar to quiet me down. So
Well, one thing is
you got the hot spot,
I've seen
yeah.
you, like you said, you don't know much about me except when you hear what you see or hear. Same with you. I don't know you personally. I've met you, I think, twice. I know once here in 2000, and I think it's 13 or 14 at the CRBE, and I believe once at Tinley. But besides that, I mean, I'm too busy doing my thing to, you know, I've seen a few things. I catch a couple of your podcasts and stuff, but I mean, one thing is I know that you bust your ass and what you're doing for, USARK and for everybody and yourself. It's amazing. I mean, it's just something where you can tell when you talk, like myself, you're passionate. There's so much out there that we don't know. We're only seeing little bits and pieces, and you're there fighting for all the other stuff. And like I said, being in Canada before, I've never donated to USARK because I just felt, oh, look at all these people. They're present at the auctions and at the shows, and people must be donating, and wow, must be super strong. And they're in the US, so I'm in Canada. It doesn't affect me. And then coming out now and donating because of it, because it is going to affect us. Shipping, as well as people over there that are going to lose what I love to do, and that's going to get taken away from them. But seeing all the other people that are coming out just in the last couple of days, it's like I would have assumed that they would have already been a part of it. And here's people in Canada. So many people in Canada are like, hey, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. And then people in the UK and overseas, here you go, guys, here you go, guys, here. And then I'm just like, holy fuck! Like it's amazing how, people are coming out and going to such a great cause. But I honestly thought it was strong, and all these people would have already been on it, and I know there's tons out there, and I know JT just posted on every fucking thing that he could on Facebook about, hey, when you go to buy something on fucking Facebook or on Morph Market, you should see who's supporting USARK, because apparently there's so many people that aren't. They're just sitting there making great money and not supporting a cause that is beneficial for all of us. I like that badge system. I think it's great. It's needed.
Yeah. So I'm really right now. I'm focused on FWC Florida. So I'm focused on supporting and really a call to arms for the meeting. They're going to have a phone-in system on Thursday between so Eastern time, 9 and 10 o'clock. So FWC is going to present their argument why numbers of pythons and boas, as well as iguanas and tegu lizards, need to be moved from reptile of concern or conditional. So it's conditional, which means if I want to have a tegu right now or an iguana, I need a permit, and they're going to take it from keeping it as a pet with a permit to you cannot keep it as a pet. So the only people that will be able to keep those are zoos, an educational facility, and their criteria to meet, that prohibited law is pretty restrictive. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a bunch of people with these animals, and they're going to have to move their pets into the hands of one of these places. But the problem is there's not going to be enough people that are going to say, oh, I'll take your reticulated python, I'll take your tegus, your iguanas. So we're going to go into this whole euthanasia. So we're going to have to, kill your iguana, kill your tegu, kill your Burmese python, kill your reticulated python, kill your, whatever. And obviously, you know, a bunch of them you can't even have at all anyways. So we're right now, this law on Thursday would change a conditional permit, keeping it with a, you know, some kind of oversight, being responsible to, you can't keep it no matter what. And the only way you can have a iguana in your hand is if you're killing it, or a tegu, or whatnot. So between 9 and 10 o'clock, they'll do the presentation, and then there will be a period to call in, and it's a queue. So the first person to call in gets on the front, and the next person. So the order that you're calling in. So what I'm proposing is, once the phone number is announced, we give X amount of time, might be 15 minutes, for us to get our ducks in a row, and all the people that want to get on the call that have an argument why we are asking for just sound keepers permits, not banning them outright. And we want to, you know, say we want to have this dialogue, but we don't want these animals banned, and we can be responsible, but you're way too extreme. So once we have those people in the queue, I want to create essentially like a flash mob. All right, call, and we all call, and you get in that queue, and you're sitting there, and they're only going to give us 2 to 2.5 hours to talk. And that's going to get used up largely, I would think, by all of those of us that want to say something. And then there will be a ton of people waiting, where they're never going to get an option to say anything. But that also means all you have to do is just call in and sit on an open line, just waiting. And just by a miracle, they get to you. You would say, my opinion is I object to banning these pet species, and I ask for a reasonable permitting system that allows iguanas and tegus to be kept under a permit, not to be banned. And I am a responsible pet owner, and I object to the idea that I'm not even giving this privilege to be able to keep these animals. And these animals are so important to me, or the idea of these animals are so important to me. But you are objecting for the people that do live in Florida. And you would be doing something so wonderful, because individually we're just a number, just one. But collectively, you know, if we can get 400 people, the attorney says that would be huge. He says, if you could do that, we would be so excited. That would be so huge. How can it be so hard to get 400 people? And our country, at any given time, there's 5 to 6 million keepers, not even talking about just the 26 million households, whatever the hell it is, that might include 6% of all pet keeping households have a reptile. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking like 5 to 6 million keepers. How can we not get maybe 400 people across all of our social media platforms to actually make that single call to FWC once I give it, and sit there and just be supportive of those keepers, and more importantly, be supportive against the idea that you are against government overstepping, government far-reaching new laws that are not based on science. They're not sound. I could go and argue a whole bunch of stuff. What FWC really is doing, they're gaslighting the reptile community. They hate us. They have a serious prejudice against reptile keepers, certainly in Florida, all while FWC kills millions of animals due to their herbicide spraying programs, the red tide, and the introduction of invasives, purposeful introduction of peacock bass as a game species for anglers to create recreational activities. They eat the birds, they eat the turtles, they eat the alligators, they eat the snakes, and they eat all of the fish and all the aquatic life. And you don't even talk about that.
Yeah, it's fucked
Nothing.
up.
It's bait and switch. The reptiles have made the ultimate boogeyman. But Florida is the target for this week. I have all this other stuff going on, but right now, I really want to incite the need and the direct attention to Florida Thursday morning, and I will be putting up information on New England Reptile Facebook, New England Reptile Instagram, New England Reptile Distributors on Instagram, and Evil Morph God on Instagram. But if people could just set themselves up, if they're sitting at home and they have a phone and they could just call when we say to, that would be huge. And it would be so simple, but so effective, I would believe.
Yeah, and the thing is we need to do our part. Like, I mean, you're not asking us to all fly out there and go there. You're making us, do something so simple,
And can we get people to do that? And I would say yes. I think so. I'd be shocked if we can't. But the attorney was thinking like that would be so amazing if you could. And how sad that is for him, because he's in Florida with other Florida reptile keepers, and they can't even get enough support because the average consumer of the media that's being regurgitated by FWC and all the anti-pet and all the people that believe the hype, we have the python apocalypse, we have invasive animal excuse me, we have an invasive animal takeover when in fact we're destroying the ecosystem in Florida through human encroachment. Everything's being drained. We're taking wetlands and putting a Walmart there. We're destroying gopher tortoise, federally protected gopher tortoises. When we decide something too big that could give taxpayers money, we're going to go in there and kill the gopher tortoises, displace them, destroy them.
That's protective species, is it not?
But you know what? In the name of human activity of some value in some way, it doesn't really matter anymore.
Wow.
Because I try to behave myself.
Yep.
And not say
breathe
what I'm thinking. But we, above all, value ourselves above all other life. Even if it's, I want to build a Dunkin' Donuts because I want to have coffee accessible to me when I drive down this road. What about all those animals that used to live there? And you know what? That was there since the beginning of time, that parcel of land. And now once a Dunkin' Donuts is there, that environment's gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
Pave the universe is the mission statement of humans.
Brutal. It is.
I'm a misanthrope. I hate the human animal. I hate the human species, including myself.
Yeah, I think most people, that's why a lot of people do, have these animals and stuff and connect with them, because the human race right now, it's like, you can actually enjoy your animal and not get backlash or, do something incorrectly and get fucking told off that you're doing it right and get kicked down and, and it's like what you said earlier. Someone will go to a pet store, buy that animal. They're told and educated that this is what they need. They're so fucking happy and joyful. Look what I got, guys. And you guys just rip them a new ass. Like it's ridiculous. Instead of saying, hey, you know what you should have done? Why did you set it up that way? Find out why, and then correct them. Not shit on them and make them be afraid. And then other people are watching this and they're like, oh, I was going to ask a question, but fuck no. And then, you know, they're never going to learn, and their animals could be in danger because they're afraid to ask because of the shitstorm that comes when someone does or shows something.
You know, it's so sad. You can do so many things right in this industry, and you could send somebody an amazing animal. They could screw it up, and somehow
You're to blame.
They can make it look like you've done the bad thing.
Yeah.
They're infallible, and as the breeder, we're fallible. How many times have you put into a box or sold something that was immaculate? Like, you produced it, eating great, could have been a year old, 2 years old, big and whatever. And then I got this and it's not eating. I got this and it hides or whatever, or it's a monitor lizard and it's gone crazy, even though I have videos of it being friendly, but they took it out of the bag wrong. I actually have to have videos how to unpack my animal, how to do it without like freaking it out, because I have to teach them about the mindset that I established with this animal. And all of my work is now in the personality of that animal. And when you take it out of the bag, you could, those first 30 seconds, first minute of that animal's looking around and taking it all in. And it's, you know, that is so critical. I don't know if you've probably never seen any of my videos.
I've heard of it, though. I've heard about how you socialized and stuff, and how you're in depth like that. I mean, I haven't watched many, but I know that you do that, and I know you were fucking flamed years ago, and now everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's onto something. Let's all jump on let's all jump on the Kevin bandwagon because he's amazing." Well, you're the same people that were shitting on him, fucking, you know, the year before.
I lost my focus on when we were talking about that. But what I got flamed for 6 years ago, and I created Urban Dinosaur, my methods now have
become commonplace.
Mainstream.
Right.
These people are like nothing. These elitist attitudes are garbage, because I want to take the average reptile keeper and I want to show them how to have a wonderful relationship with their animal. So I view reptiles that they live in modes, and sleep mode, a fear mode, a feeding mode, and a thinking mode. And what you must do, ultimately, I would like to see the animal as it would appear in a forest, in a savanna. When it's out there and it's just looking around and it's thinking, and there's no fear, and it's taking things in. It's not afraid of the ground. It's not afraid of a stick, a branch. It's all things that are accepted in its environment that it's trusting of. And if we could take the animal and we establish a trust, and what I do is I call it threads of trust. So you have an episode with an animal. So if we talk about maybe an animal with a little bit higher intellect, obviously I do threads of trust with snakes too, but we take a lizard, very, very, if we take a monitor lizard, very quick thinkers. They can look at something, and as long as their body temperature, the core temperature is up to their operating range, their brain can be very, very rapid. And what they do is they look at things and then they assess it, and then they act accordingly. Should I be in fear mode? Should I be this? Should I be that? So they can articulate through this stuff, often like a bird. Birds are highly intelligent, and including chickens. And this lizard can figure out if you're a threat. Does it trust you? What's going on over there? I saw movement here, and it's looking around and it's addressing this. So its level of awareness is really amazing. So with an animal like that, so that vehicle, I need to develop trust. So I have short little episodes with that animal. In every one of these little episodes, if I enter the environment of that animal and I go into its environment and I don't freak it out, and then I leave, the animal's like what was that horrible monster? And it sits there. And it's able to go, okay, nothing has happened. So I enter that lizard's cage for days. And maybe I go into the cage and I put my hand down. Or I put a shirt in there with my smell on it. Or the monitor lizard flicks its tongue and touches me and tastes me. And then it's like, you know, I don't freak it out. I don't want to make it so I put my hand in the cage and the thing runs around and goes mental. You don't want that. You want to enter the cage. The animal is looking, and I look at eye blinking. I look at the methodology of the tongue. So if I'm looking at a reticulated python, so I can go take out one of my snakes, I read this snake, and I can tell its behavior. I can tell it's in thinking mode. It's fearful. It's you know, the change in its tongue behavior. Is the tongue coming out of the side of the mouth? Is the tongue coming out and hanging? And what am I doing to trigger this animal to fear mode? My eyes. I'm looking down at that animal. So if I'm looking at a reticulated python, if I bring the reticulated python up.
Cool, we get to see it.
We're gonna have to catch up on some of these super chats. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I mean, basically.
I was gonna find a
so
smaller
many.
snake.
I've been keeping a
But-
track of the total. It's wild.
No, it's amazing.
Am I boring everybody?
Nope.
No, this is actually like, I mean, this is the stuff that we really need to be concentrating on and learning, because this here will like, I'm learning. I'm sitting there going, cool, because I'm looking at getting into some lizards too, you know, and monitors. So to me, you know, when you ask other people, it's like, oh, fuck, you don't want to get into them, man. They're crazy. They're flighty. Well, yeah, because the way you've, and this is intriguing because the way you're doing this, they've done it wrong, and it's something that I like to learn new things. And by you saying this, it's cool.
I can sit here and start pulling out my animals. I have a remarkable amount of social animals, and I teach my people my methods. I made this all up. I'm a kid that played with bugs. I go out in the woods because life was too hard. Bad things were happening to me. So I go and hid in the woods. I play with bugs, play with ants. I play with spiders, salamanders. And I wanted to look at them without, you know, maybe freaking them out or whatever. So I started noticing these subtle aspects of these animals. And now I'm taking that same degree of interest and noticing very, very small, subtle things. And I'm taking it to a much higher evolved life form. And, you know, if you go back to the snake, if you go, you know, read the behaviors. So we have some snakes that are smarter, some snake species that are smarter than others. Hi, Papa. Let's see. Want to come out? Okay. Here we go. I'll take out a smart one.
Just look at all those
his
awesome
cage
cages.
pictures. This happens to be, this is a very old king cobra that's devenomized from a long time ago. He's shedding.
That's crazy.
And this happens to be an incredibly intelligent species of snake. And he's quite old, but he's quite wise. So he still has fangs. He doesn't know he doesn't have venom, but because he can think, he's reconfigured his mind to realize that humans are a good thing, and he's curious and he seeks to come out and interact. Nothing bad ever happens.
So cool.
To him. And I have trust. This animal inherently trusts me, and it's highly intelligent. So the more intelligent it is, the less reactive it can become, because what it does, it immediately sorts out what's going on and will it stay in thinking mode. We want to work with animals when they're in thinking mode, when they're not in a fear mode. A fear mode is going to cause them to become reactive. And then their behaviors become disorganized and they will just try to flee the scene or maybe act defensively. So I read the behaviors of these animals first to kind of figure out what state they're in.
No.
And
you just lost video.
I'm sorry. Yeah, hold on.
That's all right.
He's one of my
That's
guys.
like so puppy dog day. He's got like a how big is that? Like 8 feet, 9 feet?
Oh, this is no. He's like 11 feet.
11 feet, just chill. You know,
he's wonderful.
Crazy.
And
so sick.
He's shedding right now, so he's real dark. But so Dan's like, oh, thank you. Dan's like calling me. I don't know. Why would he do that? Oh, yeah, there you go. I was taking out Papa, but I was looking for him.
Yeah, I know. He had the tag on here. But
Oh, I was looking for. I was like, I need a small snake to grab. And
so he grabs the 11-footer.
Yeah.
I'll grab him.
Cobra too.
Where are you gonna put him? Back in here. All right. So I look at them. So you judge the mode that they're in, and you really want to be in thinking mode. So you have to use these threads of trust to establish a relationship. These animals are highly intelligent. They have really good memories in a lot of cases, and they know who you are. And I firmly do believe that. And certainly a king cobra is more intellectually intelligent than a ball python. A reticulated python is more intelligent than a ball python. I think blood pythons have excellent memories. And if you do something bad to a blood python,
You don't remember?
Don't forgive you. They're amazing, and but they're a little bit more paranoid. So some snakes are more reactive. So some are more placid, and some are more reactive. And the more reactive ones, you might get a bad reaction of because you're not reading, you're not understanding, and then it does something negative, and then you're like, "That's mean." No snake is mean. No snake is mean. It's a human quality. They have no interest in chasing after something just to be cruel to it. And that's just not part of their nature, but they're reactive. So reticulated pythons, which are pretty much one of the geniuses of the python world, very aware of what's going on. They know who you are. And once you establish a trusting relationship with that animal, you can have a remarkable relationship with it because now the animal sees you in a thinking mode. You see the animal in the thinking mode, and you have this back and forth with the animal, like I have with this king cobra that's devenomized. I did not devenomize it. And but it's truly a remarkable animal because this is a venomous species with fangs. And why is he just so chill just to want to sit here with me?
Yeah,
because
it's amazing.
I'm petting him, and this guy will actually come out, and you could put him on something, and he likes to sit there and watch people, and he's really interested, and he's spectacular. So if you start going to monitor lizards, so intellectually they're higher up than a snake, or a tokay gecko, or a dwarf caiman, or a crocodile and alligator. These animals have a lot going on in their brains. The problem is we got to learn how to win them over. And my threads of trust, what I do is all these little short episodes, and I build. And within a few weeks, I can make pretty big advances with what I was able to initially do with that animal versus 2 weeks later what I can do. And I can do it probably faster than anybody because I read the animal and I know what I can get away with. And I know the trick is to interact with the animal and don't make it lose its cookies. Don't trigger it into a negative behavior, or try to keep that as small and least frequent or less frequent as possible. And as you're having these little positive episodes, you'll notice I can do more with my animal this week than I could do last week. And I've been teaching people this, and now it's becoming like a big deal. People are like, oh my God, I'm using your methods on my aggressive bearded dragon. I'm using it on, my Nile monitor. I'm using it on this and using that, and over and over and over and over. And that to me is my win. I always smile, and it just makes me feel good when I know they've taken my words and my advice, and they've actually
implemented it.
Said the guy's not a complete ding dong, and he's not a dingbat, and that maybe what he's doing is kind of interesting. So they're starting to do it, and they're repeating it, and then they're telling other people, and now people are catching on. And then, I love being called, like a reptile whisperer or something like that. And, I do this with like chipmunks, and I play with dragonflies.
What?
And I'm into all sorts of other stuff. Any kind of animal that I can win over, but the methodology, excuse me, of it is pretty consistent with just my basic principles that I go and teach. So if you were to go watch some of my older videos on YouTube, you know, bubblegum videos or building threads of trust or socialization of these animals, you'll start seeing my methods, and you certainly can watch New England Reptiles videos of the results. And having the animals we have and the relationships we have with them is pretty much, it's proof that it does work.
So these are documented on videos you have, or is there a book?
Yeah.
So where would I? Because I'm actually interested in like even learning that, even especially with
New England Reptile on YouTube.
Okay.
We have like 820 videos.
Oh, I know, but I mean to search through it, does it say?
So go look, search socialization.
Okay.
Any of that. Socialization, threads of trust. You can, you'll see some old videos where I'm just sitting here with my cell phone when I was teaching people, or I was just showing what I do. And they're like, how the hell are you able to do that with that thing? You know, I breed dwarf caiman, and dwarf caiman are often notorious to be like savages,
Psycho, yeah,
you know, crazy.
Yep.
And I socialized my dwarf caiman like 25 years ago. So I have my big 25-year-old plus dwarf caiman that we pick up, and they're 5-foot male dwarf caiman with all these gnarly teeth, and they're sitting there. Okay, they don't do anything because I've appealed to their higher intellect. And basically, we understand the animal and they understand us. And you have these relationships, and it's all about these relationships, because keeping them is one thing, but to actually keep the animal and have a back and forth with it, where you actually think the animal's enjoying you is a pretty cool thing. But I have a lot of videos on that.
Now each animal, each animal or species, do they take longer to adjust? Like, or, you know, does this take like months? Does it take years?
You gotta name a species to me and I'll tell you what I think.
Like say a monitor. You know, how long would it take? Like, is it like you're talking months or years to do this, or depending on?
No. I can. I've broken some of the worst monitors, and probably the worst case scenario about a month.
Oh wow,
that's crazy. And
these animals are incredibly tactile. Remember that. These animals touch. Touch is everything, and for my reptiles, I'm a touchy-feely guy.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point. We love to interact and do that. So I mean,
I often watch people interacting with animals over the years, and people that have ridiculous collections, and I've always kind of like noticed that a lot of them don't have a flow with these animals. They don't have, to me, like a rapport, and like they're appreciating the animals and they like the animals and all that. But sometimes I don't think they see the animal quite like I'm talking, and sometimes they're missing it. And I get to interact with animals a lot of times without like getting bit or having anything bad to me. And one little trick I always tell people: when you interact with it and you hold it, act like it's not going to bite you. Act like it's not going to hurt you. And I teach people how to, if I'm holding a snake and the snake wants to turn around and get me, I teach you how to stop that. And very effectively, I can stop all that. And I also teach you how to present yourself to the animal, and how your interaction with that animal, how to do it without triggering a fear response out of the animal. So I teach you what could be making that animal fearful, and why is that animal behaving differently. And I teach people how to interact with their animals to get more of a relationship out of that animal.
Oh, that's amazing. I just love how it's just like puppy dog tame. Look at that. That's most people would be running for the fucking hills. Just looking at it.
He's
So amazing.
You can literally see how chill it is. Like,
Yeah,
you can
like
see how it has no fear at all of anything.
nothing.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's very neat.
It's and it's just, so it's just think of it as kind of like supportive therapy. You're always just doing things that you're always just the well-being of the animal, how you handle it. If you're just consistently kind to it, once you've created the trust, that remains. And as the animal generally gets older, they become more intelligent. They're more seasoned. So baby animals are often very reactive, but once they start figuring out what things are about, that reactiveness can go down, and then you'll see the true intelligence of that animal and the intellect of that animal. And that's like that's like a big deal to me, because I love to unravel these secrets of these animals.
Well, super cool. That's just, it's like wow, just look at that. It's just chill.
Yeah. So I think if you watch some of my things, I'll go over like, tokay geckos, monitor lizards, and I watch just the simple tongue behaviors and the blinking and movement of the body. All those things, I'll tell you what's going on.
Oh, you do say that. So you just have to so you do say that in your videos. So when we start seeing that, we can sort of relate to what you're saying.
So if you're watching, if I had like monitor lizards in front of me, and put him away. I do not know why I'm sneezing, but he just wants to come out, and he'll just crawl around the room if he's given a chance. So if I had a monitor lizard, you want to take a sec? I'll go get a monitor.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
What we'll do is we actually have a little segment where we give people, shout outs for the achievements. So we'll do that.
Okay, you do that.
Awesome.
Okay.
This is sick, guys. This is awesome.
You guys are amazing.
All you super chat people and everybody here and watching and listening that donated.
Would you like to know where we are?
Yeah, I see we're over 2,000.
We're over 2,150 right now.
Sick.
You guys are fantastic. Holy
also,
crap.
I forgot to mention Mutation Station ball pythons are making tumblers. So anybody that's doing, I guess 20 or 25 and up, you're getting a custom tumbler too. So we're all going to be busy. And that's going somewhere too.
So this is what I'm sending whoever tops out tonight. And we
highest.
are keeping track. So
Yeah.
That's the last one in existence ever. I only ever made 10.
Oh my God, Wolf Guy's just fucking pounded it. Wow, I mean, this is amazing. And I mean, we really need to, I'm up in Canada and I just donated for the first time because I see how bad it is. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, let's do it. And, wow, man, we really, all of us need to do it. And there's so much love from everywhere, supporting this. And we can't have these rights taken away and these amazing animals and everything it does. So here comes Kevin. So we're going to go this quick. Ready? We're going to do this. Bam.
It's time for shoutouts of the week.
Okay, first, achievement of 500 on Instagram. We have RE Reptiles. And everything that I have here, all the guests, Kevin, all information for US ARC, as well as the link for the Facebook fund for the Reptile Relief 101. All that info and everything here, all the links are going to be in the description below. 1,000 on Instagram. We have Crystal Serpent. That's the wife of Ricardo Flores. We have Twisted Royals. Oh, Melusine Exotics. And Queen Catherine of Stellar Serpents. Wow, 1,000.
Oh, nice.
1,000. Congrats, guys. 1,500 followers on Instagram. We have Fairy Tale Pythons. Oh, and Samson's Snakeatorium. Awesome. And he's 9. Look at the
Chilling.
3,000 on Instagram. JDI Pythons. And Tyler Sanders Reptiles. He's been like a You know,
Yeah.
I think he came on at 1,000, 1,500, 2,000.
Rolling up
He's
quick.
3K, man. Congrats. 5K on Instagram. We have KE Painted Balls. 1K on YouTube, Morph Seekers. 4K on YouTube. We have Blue Line Morphs and Will from Royal Canadian Reptiles.
Oh, nice. Congrats, Will.
Congratulations. And we'll do this. This is it. And then we'll get back to Kevin and all this knowledge and energy and you know, look at that. It's so sick. It's called SquidTartsArt. Creates amazing watercolor pet portraits and animal artwork and is from Fredericton, Canada. Sells prints and does custom pieces. Find them on Etsy. And like I said, everyone we just mentioned, congratulations and keep going. I mean, it's awesome that you're here and, you know, putting in time and putting in work definitely pays off. And all the links will be in the description below. And back to you, Kevin.
All right, so I brought out something that is notorious to be a little bit scary. This is a croc monitor. So this is Varanus salvadori. And this can be a challenging species. Can you see it very well?
Oh, yeah. Now, is that full grown?
No.
Oh, my God.
This is one of the longest monitors.
Oh,
in
see,
the,
I'm just asking.
world.
I'm a newbie, man. I'm a total newbie, man.
So this is a tree. This is a tree dragon. So they have a prehensile tail. They have incredible teeth. They're known to be, they can be very damaging, their bites. And they tend to be very reactive. And so you can view, some monitors are more reactive than others. And this is one of the most reactive. You can have these, you can have lace monitors. Water monitors are probably intellectually one of the best. These guys are highly intelligent, a little more reactive than a water monitor, Varanus salvator. But then if we look, let's say a lace monitor, that is even more reactive. But the lace monitor and the crocodile monitors both share a very severe, large bladed downward tooth with serrations that is very good at cutting through flesh, ligaments, whatever. They have ridiculously unbelievable claws. The claws are curved back. So this is like I said, it's a tree dragon. And she has a prehensile tail.
Look at that thing.
So cool.
It's so sick.
So
Oh, my goodness.
she's excited right now. She just came into a new room, so she's a little out of her comfort zone. So you'll see like this head movement. That's just basically her articulating any, you know, it's a sudden movement. Oh, I figured out what it is. A lot of tongue flicking. Maybe lots and lots of tongue flicking. She's super excited. So excited. So one of the things, you go like this. It's almost like you present yourself to them and everything's really good. She just ate a lot of food. So she was just eating. So I kind of interrupted her basking. Now she's really excited. She doesn't like the phone. There's some kind of
Sound?
infrared or whatever she's getting. The monitors get that from the phone, and my snakes will react to it too.
Are you sure it's
But
just not my face or our bald heads
Nope,
freaking
not
her
at all.
out? Okay.
The shine.
No, not at all.
That's incredible, man.
So she, you know,
Look
just
at
some of
that
the
tail.
basic notions are, when I take out a monitor like this, I never ever will handle it as if I'm afraid of it. As if.
Do you think they can
Hanging
sense fear, like, you know, that species? Or,
Well,
you know how people say, oh, you know.
you say you sense fear. More importantly, you behave differently. You
Okay.
become very erratic. And I think I like to flow with these animals. And I just pretty much like just all your movement is fluid. I'm always touching them. Nothing is sacred. So I'll pet their face, including my, you know, even my baby dwarf caiman, you know, I started that way. I always pet their face. I always give it the animal. If it's a little bit more reactive, I always present myself just for that 1 second for them just to make that adjustment. and like she gets excited. Everything. This is like literally, she's really excited. She's just doesn't, she doesn't know what to think. She wants to crawl around. She wants to climb on me. And she's always going to want to go to the highest vantage point. So if I'm holding a lizard with really ridiculous claws, and I'm ever worried about the lizard not being comfortable,
Raise it up.
If it's fearful or anything like that, you're going to take my hat off, aren't you? What I'll do is I'll put the lizard up high. So you can put it up high. So if I was holding a reticulated python and it wants to start biting and it's worried, my eyes are one of the biggest problems. My eyes are triggering it. So what I'll do, lift the animal above my head and let the animal take it in, and you bring down the stress of that animal. And just like, once this animal has figured you out and everything, there's no need for them to bite.
Look at the color on it too. It's so crazy.
No interest at all. The only thing you want to, you'd have to realize is if you're feeding it and it mistakes your hand for food. You gonna go up there?
Now, do males and females, are they gonna have a different temperament? Like, are males more,
well, they might have a different temperament towards each other, but as far as a
human interaction,
that's it might be more dependent on the species, but now I find both of them could be really wonderful.
So amazing.
And, yeah, this is just like a very interesting species. There's a lot to this species. They're very hard to breed, and just having a good relationship with one, yet alone a bunch of them, is something. But this tail is prehensile. These things can get like
crazy,
14 feet.
Just the tail?
Oh, the whole body.
Oh, I was gonna say just the tail. I'm like, what?
All right, let me get another. I'll get a water monitor.
Trade that.
I know.
Hold on.
Come here. All right, I'll be back.
Wow.
He can't do it over YouTube, so
Crazy,
he's gonna
man.
do it himself.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Come here for a sec.
This is so awesome,
This is
guys.
nuts, yeah.
It is. I mean, great cause. Tumblers going out.
I don't think I brought you enough stickers.
Sticker sets.
You guys are going to be busy for a while.
I think the only reason why they really want this, they want signatures.
They definitely want your autograph.
No, but I mean, you know what? It's amazing is I didn't even realize. I mean, every day I'm going through Facebook and other people are like, look what they're doing here. Look what they're doing in Florida. Look what they're doing to the Tegus. Then it's like, look what they're doing in New York. Now with the latest one is look what they're doing in Chicago or Illinois. Fuck, we really need to, band together and do this. And the people that are in Texas that just went through that, we really need to band together and I'll do whatever I can in any which way to help, motivate, educate, whatever I can do. Look at that. Is that an albino something?
Yeah, this is albino water.
That's so cool.
So
wow, look at the tongue on that thing.
So that tongue, the movement, the eye flicking. So it came in, it's like, I don't recognize this room. So right now it's taking it in, and what it's doing, it's assessing. So I watched.
Is that like nervousness? Is that nervousness?
This is nervous. So, but very, very little. So right now, all I do is supportive therapy. What I'm looking for is the tongue. See that? You see this tongue just run on the side of the mouth?
Okay.
Okay, the tongue just run down the side of the mouth. You're good. That's it. That was it. That just meant, okay, she just settled her mind. And now she's actually enjoying just getting pet. And there's nothing to fear. So they do this thing where as long as you understand, it needs to look in the room, assess it, and then it needs to go from, hey, I'm a little worried, to, okay, everything's okay, I'm thinking. And at that point, you need to be able to recognize that. And then I pretty much do. And then I go into, all my other behavior.
That's
and nothing
awesome.
is sacred. I'll grab their tongue. I'll do everything. And, it's how they interact with each other. They'll crawl over each other. They do all these horrible things. And I guess I kind of, we'll do something nice like that, but with more, tactile support and whatever. So now all he's actually going to want to do is just to kind of investigate. Whee! I'm flying.
So you think,
So if I want to calm him down, usually he's like, no. So what you do is you put him at the highest point. He wants to go, there's a sink, and he really wants to get to the sink. You want to get to the sink, don't you? There. All right, so he's taking it in. But he's comfortable now. So now he just wants to go and investigate.
Now, when you're socializing these or getting to know them, it's best to keep them in a certain, like you said, room instead of, flipping them out.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of.
So they get
keep
to know
it
the
consistent.
room, and their awareness of the room and everything is incredible. So if I'm working on an animal that's nervous and somebody keeps walking past the door, or is a cat or a dog, and any kind of movement, even another lizard sometimes. See, this guy just reacted because he's seeing snakes. The snakes just triggered this guy for fear. So this guy is now super aware that there's a reticulated python on the floor. And he just got scared because they're scaredy cats. They have to make sure that they're safe. And the bigger this guy gets, the less reactive he is going to be to these kind of variables. See the tongue just went to the side of the mouth?
Yeah.
That's everything I look for. Just, you probably didn't see it, but it's this little short behavior that I always talk about. Or they'll start crawling around. There he goes. He just did the tongue down the side of the mouth again.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, they're pretty much chill.
I
Like,
did it again. Yeah, so very, very, and I just, you flow around this animal. So I will, I sit here and put my hands all over its face, and you can pretty much do, whatever, and you're not doing anything to hurt them. You can peel their skin, you can do whatever. And now an animal like this, you can let it, they go in a room and they don't just go, okay, I'm on the floor, I'm just going to run away because now I want to get away. They'll go under stuff. They'll come back out. They'll climb over to you. I have lizards that just come to me. They'll come to us because they want that attention.
that's so amazing. Like, it's fact. So now here, I mean, I have ADHD. I talk with my hands. I get really excited.
I clearly have.
Of course, I know, and that's what I'm saying. For me, or even yourself, when you started socializing, should I sort of not be me and sort of just really go slower?
Okay,
yeah.
All this is if the animal's really reactive and it's wincing and it's doing that's telling you can't do any of that.
Okay.
You that will not help you. But once I socialize them, I can do, see right here?
That's crazy, yeah.
It doesn't care because he knows I never do anything bad to him. I'm his daddy. I made him.
That's sick.
He's just, there's no fear. There's no element that they need to fear. They might fear the snake on the floor because it's like, I've never played with the snake, and there's a lot of weird smells in here. So this animal is incredibly tentative right now. It's like short little tongue flicks, like pausing, looking around every little angle. And there's a little tongue flick again. But I give this animal comfort. I am making this animal
feel secure.
Like it finds comfort in me because it knows it's safe with me. The room's scary. I'm safe. So you'll get these animals, if they're in an environment, they're kind of scared, but they're really curious. They'll go off and then they come back to you. and they keep doing it, maybe like a little kid might do. And they do that and they're getting some kind of comfort. I can't really explain it. They're certainly way smarter than we ever thought, at least my opinion is. And I found a way to to see that in them. And I see it in snakes. I see it in all sorts of things. Lizards are often, more, they have the higher intellect and more intuitive and whatnot. But there's some really smart snakes out there too.
Yeah, it's so amazing how you've taken what you've loved and just dived into, not just, wow, I got a snake, look at it, hold it, cool. You've actually gone in and dug deep. And I think that's amazing because, I mean, just some of the animals you've pulled out, first of all, I'd sort of be fearful because I'm not used to it. But looking at what you've done and your knowledge behind it, I mean, it's fucking amazing. Like, it's crazy. Like, you have a 12-foot fucking fanged cobra just chilling. You know what I mean?
Poor guy, he's all excited. He's like, I want to go play on the sink. Go play.
It's so.
It's like a little adolescent lizard. You're gonna go in there, huh? And I talk to it. So another thing I do is I always go, what are you doing? And I always do that, and they know that's me. And like it helps with the recognition, instantly. And this animal right now is just loving this because it's checking out a sink right now. A lot of short tongue flicks, a lot of information's coming in, and a lot of excitement with a little bit of fear because there's some really strange smells. So now what he's doing, he's going down lower, and now the tongue flicks are longer and less frequent because it's like, I'm scared. He's getting scared right now because he's really taking in a lot of smells. And so I just have to give him a couple minutes. What are you doing? Come here. And a lot of times they'll come back to you when they get too scared.
That's amazing.
You probably think I'm really weird.
No, you know what the funny thing is? It's like we all have a big connection with these animals, but to me, I've been around these animals. I've had my first ball python, my first reptile, 25, 26 years ago, and having them in my life daily for the last 18, 19 years of actually being a breeder, and to see the potential and where you've taken it. I mean, it's just, I'm still afraid of the big ass snakes, because one, I'm just not used to them. And I haven't really learned about their temperament and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, that's too big. I'll just stick with the ball pythons. But now I'm moving up to boas, and I'm learning their temperament. And I can see the difference, the way they react and the way they interact. And, it's a learning thing for me. And that's what I want to do. And that's why I want to get a lizard or something else so that I can.
Boas have a bit of a different mindset. I obviously keep lots of boas, and I breed, boas and green anacondas. Green anaconda's a little bit hard snake to read, and they don't show you a lot. But the trick with, green anacondas are explosive. They're incredibly distrustful. So they'll kind of build up to exploding, and their bite, they'll start, boas, when they get nervous, the head lolls around, they'll sometimes coil a tail, and they're doing all this backward stuff. That animal's telling you, I'm getting ready to lose my cookies. And what you do is you got to calm that animal down. Anacondas, they don't do a lot, and all of a sudden it's this bam, 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 side, just whack. And if you put an anaconda in a snake bag and you take it back out, you will often get that animal into a very defensive behavior. What are you doing over there? So cute. So it's just very tentative. It's there's weird things over here.
It's really active.
Oh yeah, it's just all the smells, all the everything.
Now, what's a good lizard to get into if it was your first one? Like, how are tegus?
They're wonderful and they're big dopes. They're not highly intellectual, but they make a great, if I pull out one of my big tegus, they make a great
Pillow?
black lizard. Like a water monitor is like a genius compared to a tegu.
Yeah.
So I guess I find myself ultimately wanting to like achieve that relationship with that highly intellectual animal.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Over here. It's like, no. I have like this rinse bucket, and it's like a laundry bag inside this a milk crate, plastic milk crate, and we just dump out water, so you get all the sheds, and so it goes into the sink and it goes down the drain. But you're using the mesh bag as a strainer, and he's loving that because there's all sorts of weird things in there. So.
Now, do you work with any green tree monitors or?
Yeah, I have green tree monitors. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about the green tree?
Very,
There's the green and blue and
It's
the
the green
black.
tree monitor, the ones that you were looking at.
Beckerai and all that. Yeah.
How are those?
They're all good, but I wouldn't suggest that as your first monitor.
Okay.
They have the most ridiculously, these black tree monitors especially, have incredibly sharp claws, and just it's a tree monitor, so they're always like
climbing
like needles, talons. I like an animal that I can get to the brain a little bit better, quicker, I guess. So it really comes down to what are the species of monitors you have available up there.
We have quite a few.
Now, how about? I mean, obviously, I see if I can get something here in Canada, but if not, how are they for like importing? Are they a CITES animal or?
Yeah, all Varanus species are absolutely CITES. Just they have the appendix 2, just like your ball pythons.
Oh, okay. So they're still able to be imported and exported.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good to know. Awesome.
Yeah, so you have I'm the only breeder in the United States that actually has a master file for water monitors, because I breed them. I proved to U.S. Fish and Wildlife that I can breed them reliably. So I had to go through all that to get that. I also proved that I breed dwarf caiman reliably too.
What's another animal that, how they say, even back in the day, oh, you can't breed those will never breed in captivity. How many of those animals that, I'm probably there's a lot, but what about one that's very hardcore that even you were like, Jesus, I've tried this so many times, you almost gave up, but you didn't, obviously.
Plenty
excuse
of stuff
me.
I almost give up and
No.
I bred years ago. I bred Papuan pythons, and I bred those 3 times. And I was one of the first people to ever breed them, and that's a really very demanding species as far as they're cannibalistic. Getting females to ovulate can be a trick. There's all sorts of different reptiles that can have all their different challenges. I'm kind of like in this Bolin cycle right now, Bolin pythons. That's something I'm working on. And
isn't that where didn't Justin just get one from you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
he got a couple.
He has a pair.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What about
He just
stuff
got a
like?
black dragon. You see his little black dragon he got from me?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Now,
like a
what
really
kind
small
of animal is that?
It's one of these. It's just a hypermelanistic.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how big do they get?
So that's Colmani. So my females, I have females that are like at least 8 years old, and they're maybe 4 feet.
And that's from head to tail?
Yep. And then my male, who's a monster, and he's like under 6 feet, and we've tried to make him huge, and he's probably like 11 years old. He has a little bit of I think probably some Sumatran bloodline in them, so it makes them a little bit bigger. And but all my females are pure Colmani, which are smaller.
So
That's so
amazing.
cool.
It is. It's super
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you work with any rock iguanas or no?
Oh, come on.
I'm asking
Go-
like
go
for the
look
chat.
go look right now on Evil Morph God on Instagram.
Who's that?
No, it's him.
That's me.
No,
I
well,
know.
I'm asking
I'm
for
joking.
the chat. I'm asking for
I
the
actually
chat.
have your name. Instead of Kevin McCurley, I put Evil Morph God. That's your tag underneath you on YouTube. So, of course I know. Who the fuck doesn't know that? Come on.
Have you ever seen like my my one rhino iguana bulldozer in Tonka?
Yeah.
And I can call his name and he comes running to you and he goes slides
Those
in
are
and you're like,
yeah, those are really cool. But I guess the reason why I'm asking because I've never seen them in Canada, really, like especially where we are. I haven't seen.
Well, it probably has to do with CITES.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know about, because you know, obviously we have Cubans, newbies, and then we have, you know, Cornuta and all that, and then we have Camonensis lewisii crosses, which are, you know, essentially hybrids of the blue iguana. Those are some of the dominant ones that we deal with, and I don't know about CITES. They might not even be CITES. The Camonensis, pure Camonensis is absolutely CITES, but I'm not sure if a rhinoceros iguana Caribbean is actually CITES. It might not be.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
No, those are really.
We
smart.
definitely got to take the crew down there, and we got to vlog. We got to go down to Kevin's
See,
place and
the
be
problem
like
is we
kids
go
in the
there,
candy store.
Yeah, and you're gonna want to get stuff. And we can't bring it back.
Yeah.
Like I really want a rock iguana. Like that's my mission. Like to one day own one. But everyone in the chat is asking for
the star, Snarfles, the star.
Yeah, Snarfle.
Like it's just
He's
blowing
It's
up.
been going crazy.
Yeah.
So you're welcome,
It's been
chat.
at least 100 requests.
I think
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Mariah
it's
was
been a while.
asking.
It's
like every second.
every second or third person. It's like Snarfles.
I decided to save the day by asking.
That little bastard's pretty talkative.
Oh yeah.
I'll put my monitor away. Hang on. Hi, baby. Of course you didn't want to go.
Tom and Casey were there today, weren't they?
Yeah, little TJ. I'm jealous.
Yes. I forgot that was today.
TJ was there with
sick.
the whole atypical fam.
He had a busy couple days then.
Yeah, you see the picture
wow.
of him on the way home, like out like a light.
Overload. It's like
That's awesome.
All right, we'll say goodbye to this one.
Well, yeah, it was nice. Just we got a big full crotch shot of you there, buddy.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Wow, look at the super chats coming in now.
Holy shit. Started an OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, Kevin McCurley's OnlyFans. Evil Morph God.
What's going to be his new name?
Oh man, this is cool. I mean, damn.
This is cool.
And you guys all, I see Richie's in the house, or Chad from Richie's Recessives. All I see is nom nom nom.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's
Eating
because
away, man.
No, go up a little bit and look at the last super chat that happened. You'll see why.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Skills from the crypt, man. 69.69.
He's
Chad can
he's
EAD.
donated so much tonight. David's killing it.
Wow, you guys are awesome. I mean,
No,
it's just-
everybody is. This is amazing.
yeah, that's why I said you guys. I just didn't say,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone. I mean, even that, just, all the people. Like, I figured, you know what, let's see if I can get one silver and 20, 25. I think it was 25. And bam, I think we got 10 times what.
Well, that's the thing. Like it affects everyone, right? So.
There he
Oh
is.
snap! There you go.
Hey, guy, you wanted me here. Well, here I am. Check out my googly eyes. I know. Most handsome. You wonder how? Most amazing animal is here on your stupid, piddly, whatever you call this stupid Zoom call.
It's called a
You
podcast.
You are so fortunate that my daddy thinks you are an all right guy. And, I was on a date with a beautiful woman. But here I am. So tell me, how much do you love me?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we're all fucking
Yeah,
strange,
the
and we
most
all love it.
googly but most handsome face.
To
My
the
will
left.
He's pulling.
is
He just keeps
beyond
pulling right over the
approach.
There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Look at that handsome
nice.
mother. Look at him.
That's a long
Well,
tongue.
of course I am handsome. I am Snarfles, the most popular sensation on all of the internet. I'm even bigger than Donald Trump.
I would agree. That's funny.
Look at that.
Snarfles is awesome.
Oh, he really is. He's very demanding. I will tell you that.
Demanding how? Which way? Like just.
He wants to come out. It's all every night to Snarfles is date night. So a beautiful woman. He's always in store for the next beautiful lady. And he likes to meet his adoring fans because they take pictures with him. And then, you know, he says that they want to become famous because, you know, his fame is helping them get noticed. So I guess, you know, he's getting a little full of himself, a little bit arrogant, and he loves to look at all the hashtag Snarfle stuff and realize how many adoring fans he has.
That's hilarious.
That's
So
amazing.
sick.
I am not sick. I am very healthy. You know, I'm sick of people saying I can't eat and I can't function. I am glorious. Look at me. 87 women just this month, guy.
He's a pimp. He's pimping it out.
You don't even know. My daddy's always, he says, Snarfles, don't you want to meet this one? Snarfles, don't you want to meet that one? And you know what I say, guy? Yes, I always want to meet new women. I love the women's because I am Snarfles.
Oh, man. Look at that smile.
Look at him.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That's perfect. There, we had the tongue right there on the screen.
He's a pretty strong snake.
Yeah.
He loves to be out. So he likes to wrap around my legs and he'll crawl up me. It's really pretty interesting. He is a very leisurely snake. You want to go out? If I put him down on the floor, a lot of times he'll come back. We'll see if he does it. I can't even get him off me.
He's wrapped around your leg.
Yes, this is what he does. This is so bizarre. So I'm trying to get him off, but he'll often like coil around my leg and then climb up my body. So he is very committed to whatever he does.
That's funny.
You ready? He's not cooperating. Hold on. Come here. Oh.
He's checking out the ladies.
All right. Let's see if he can amaze us. All right, Snarfles. We'll ignore him for a couple minutes. He will come. He will seek out attention now. It's pretty interesting. So you got to wonder what exactly are these animals thinking. And you know, it's interesting. These are reticulated pythons, and reticulated pythons are quite illegal in many places.
Yeah.
And why? Because they get big, and people consider them, you know, aggressive and nasty. I do not know why I'm sneezing. And I find them to be wonderful. You know, other than, you know, size, potential, which you can, you know, in many cases you can genetically curb it, or, you know, just not try to make them giant. But they're pretty manageable.
Mm-hmm.
Did your people like Snarfles?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
No, the chat went crazy. They were asking for it for at least half an hour.
Oh, probably more.
More.
It's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
No, I noticed it for half an hour, but yeah, probably more. That's crazy.
oh, it's so awesome.
Now, how many species of reptiles do you think you work with? If you have no clue?
Hundreds.
That's insane.
Probably.
Would you say thousands or?
Species? I've tried to confine myself a bit to less like variation, because the more different species you keep, I think I become worse at reproducing them because I'm distracted, and I want to keep everything because I love everything, and that makes me not good at anything. So I kind of find some kind of intermediate stage. And Dingling, he's having fun down there. He's gonna make me look ignorant. I don't want to be near you. You stink, guy. Yo, my olfactory system says you smell. Humans stink. He has a high opinion of himself, like I said. What the hell was I saying? I do not know why I keep sneezing. I think I got into some dust or something. I was a while ago, I was working in a monitor cage. I got still dirty knees. I was fixing the drains, and I was maybe it was all the dry cocoa.
That's hilarious.
You know what he's doing? He smells a female snake right now.
Oh man.
That's what he's doing.
Would he
Very
try
short
to
little tongue flicks, and he's picking up pheromones.
Would he try to breed anything?
He's an absolute monster.
Oh god.
He's like guaranteed. Yeah, there he goes. He's short tongue flick. Retics really, they tell you a lot, like what they're thinking and all that.
And you say they're the most intelligent of them all?
They're one of them.
Yeah, cobras are up there too.
I'll take you out a weird one. Hold on. I know. Oh my goodness. I know. I'm horrible.
We broke 3K, guys.
We did break 3K already?
Yes,
Awesome.
we did.
Okay, here I go. Sorry. Nobody's gonna know what this is.
Oh my god, that's a snake.
Yeah, but what is it? All right, who in your chat knows what it is?
Let's see. Ready? Give it a minute because we got a little bit of a delay. Let's see what. Let's see. Oh, come on, guys. Anybody know?
Well, it's not venomous because I don't think he would be holding it.
Looks like a python.
A paupan?
What?
A Paupan? Paupan or
Papo and Python, yes.
It is?
Yeah, this is a Papo and Python.
Oh, cool.
Very
Caldwell
This is,
Scales.
yeah, there you
Killed
go.
it.
That's good. You don't see these very often. This is certainly a challenging species because these will eat other reptiles and other snakes.
Oh, so that's a Antoine from High Desert Python. Pampuan olive?
Yeah. Because we have olivaceous Australian olive python, and then we have the Papuan olive python.
Cool.
Yeah.
Papuensis.
Papuan.
And these are, I've kept them both, and this is a python, closest related, I would say, to a Boland's python.
A couple of people in the chat were saying Bolins.
Saying Bolins as well.
I would have yelled, guys, if that was a Bolins. I wouldn't have given you a chance to answer.
So cool.
But we could take care of you on that too.
Well, I got lucky enough to meet one of yours at Tinley October 2019. So,
Very good.
yeah, it was sweet.
Why is it so challenging? What's the challenging part? Just
Well, you put them together. First thing is, even Boland's pythons can sometimes
eat each
other or attack each other.
Holy cow.
These guys
Wow.
will attack each other often.
Oh, jeez.
wow.
And they're so strong, it's unbelievable. Pound for pound. I had one of these get loose in my shop, and it ate a black caiman, it ate a Muller's chameleon.
What?
It went around just eating everything.
That's insane.
Jeez.
It's like a murder.
It's murder. It's a reptile murder.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
But a
so
very-
interesting.
This is so cool.
It's
I
like-
couldn't imagine that.
we got to come down there, man. Like, definitely. It was always like, back in the day, you know, it was like, oh my God, you know, before I got so, you know, big into breeding and stuff. It's like, oh my God, like back in the days, like, oh my God, got to go to Nerd. Like, wow. New England Reptile Distributors. Oh my God. I used to go on there and look at all your animals back in the day. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. What would you say is the most rarest species that you're working with? Like the most challenging one as well?
Oh. Well, rarest. I don't know. I mean, I think Bolin's pythons are pretty rare,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Rarest. I don't know. I'll just stay with Bolin's pythons. I mean, rare. You're not talking about morphs. We're just talking about just the species
Species.
itself.
Yeah,
Species in general, yeah. It could be lizards too if you want.
Well, I have certainly some, you know, crocodile tegu lizard. That's pretty rare. I have 2 pairs of those. It's like an aquatic tegu.
Jeez.
It's like a tegu amoeba thing.
Crazy.
That's a pretty weird
Wow.
animal. I don't often I don't generally think like that often. So I don't have a immediate answer for you. I might rethink that. But I try to I'm trying to be more focused. Okay, I breed water monitors. I keep croc monitors. I keep lace monitors. I keep blue tree monitors. I keep green tree monitors. I keep blue tail monitors. I keep tokay geckos. And then I keep a bunch of other random, you know, things. But I can't have, you know, I have, you know, a trio of Argus monitors. I can't have too much, obviously space constraints and my effectiveness to understand the species at the time when I'm trying to propagate it. And so I force myself to be focused because I would like to be able to keep a lot, you know, of so many different weird species. I'm enamored with so much. I like mangrove snakes a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Those are cool.
Highly reactive species.
Here's
know?
a question. Do you have you ever done any hybrids or into that at all, or is that not your thing?
I don't know. Yes, I do hybrids.
Cool. Now, is that you know, tricky? I mean, it's not as easy as, or is it?
Yeah, no, that's tough. That's tough. Definitely.
That's super cool. Here's a question for you. Who did you ever have a mentor or somebody that you know, you know, followed or admired, and even now, who would that be, or somebody that?
Yeah. What people that really captivated what I was thinking and what I was doing was Dave and Tracy Barker,
Okay, yeah,
BPI, Tom Crutchfield,
of course.
Little kid getting his list, just like he was like my drug dealer. And Tom Crutchfield has seen it all, done it all.
Yeah.
I'm routinely jealous of so many other keepers and what they have. So if they're doing it and they're making stuff that I'm like, oh, you know, then I admire them. And I'm green with jealousy because I only wish to have that species or being that person that's doing that. So there's so much talent in our industry, and there's so many good breeders and keepers, and I wouldn't even know where to go, but there's just so many people that just do these crazy things. And I think I, routinely am inspired by all of them. Even just, I'm sometimes just inspired by somebody's love for something, and just how you look at that person, and then once they've told you a little bit, or once you've seen something with their animal love, you're like, wow, I would never have been able to like look at you, assess you, and think that you're like that, or you're into this, or whatever, or you have such a regard. I'm always enamored with people that love animals. If they're going on and gushing about their love for animals, I immediately find myself I can find something in them that I give value to. And I think that's important, because I have such an affinity for animals. Like, I'm forever drawn to animals. Animals are the most important thing in my life, and just appreciation of them, and their many plights in the wild, and ecosystems that are being damaged by us, and they're all going away, and we are replacing all the original biological mass in life and species on the planet. So I'm always aware of that.
Here's a question that someone said: where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Probably dead.
Oh no.
Really?
Maybe.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
10
We'll
years? You still, you got some life kicking in you. What are you talking about?
Is it nothing to do? Not talking about. No, I'm not dying because of that. No. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm a true hobbyist, but I'm incredibly fearful and worried for our hobby. Obviously, I used to have stupid ideas that I want to have a zoo, or some form of zoo. I have a 14,000 square foot building, and I'll probably start slowly transitioning that to like a zoo-y education type center. But I always wanted to have a bigger zoo. But I'm not good at managing people. I'm just truly best off not talking and playing with animals. And you might think, you get a bad read on me, because I'll be completely different too. When I'm doing my thing, I want, I'm doing the animals. Talking is, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Donny, has to do these videos, and he's like, tries to get me when I'm in a talkative mood, which has to be, when I'm like, happy or whatever, something.
Super awesome, man. No, I love that you showed the animals. I'm just still fucking blown away. You're holding an 11, 12 foot cobra fang, just puppy dog chill, and your lizards. And yeah, that's another thing too, is I want to start, experimenting with other animals and learning. And I think like a lizard or something like that is next.
Lizards are, my goodness, like,
they're really smart.
Just talk to people like Justin Kabolka. You know who Camp Kennan is, or Kennan is?
Yep.
Okay, so he's been he got a monitor from me, and I gave him some insight on lizard mind management, and starting to do things for him. He flew up here, and I had a great time with him. He's very just super nice guy, very relatable person, and he listens, which I love. And even if he makes a mistake, he'll keep adjusting until he figures out what the hell I'm saying.
Cool.
Yep. I think we need to get some sort of lizard.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like my own lizards and stuff, but it'd be cool like to have one.
We got to get a shop lizard. I love when you see Dozer just bouncing around. Like
See the big ivory? I don't know. Can you see way back there?
Yeah.
The big Ivory retic coming out.
Oh, yep.
That's Cupcake. She's a brat.
That's crazy.
He is so obsessed with that smell of that female.
He's just chilling over there.
Linger right there because we have snakes are constantly out in this room, and so he smells this female. It's probably the big cowrie tick below him. She was out today a couple times. We were doing tours and all that, and she might be turning him on. Yeah, he's stuck on that.
Oh.
What?
Who's in the chat?
Oh, Justin Kabilka. Hey,
What's up, buddy?
we're just speaking of you. Like, how crazy is that?
We
Like,
just mentioned them too.
yeah.
Yep.
Awesome to see Kevin on.
Yep.
You just missed
We were
Snurfles.
just talking about you.
Yeah.
Ask Justin how he likes his lizard.
Yeah, how do you like your little black dragon?
Pretty cool.
That's it? Boy, that's just flat. You're like a flat can of soda.
What do you mean?
He said pretty cool.
Is it no,
Justin, can't you say more than
Oh,
that?
Justin didn't even answer
no,
yet.
No, he
Oh, I thought that was him.
no, not yet. We're waiting. It says power interview. Because don't forget, we're delayed.
Yeah.
Dang, missed it.
he said the best.
The best in capital.
So
The
There you
best. Yeah, it's so cool. And that's the thing. You know what's great is like other people, and he says so fun. But other keepers getting into other things. Like I'm so excited now just getting into the boas now to where I'm looking at them and appreciating them and I'm getting excited to learn how to breed them and get my first litter and do things down the road. And now it's like you see other keepers like Justin, he's picked up some really key animals. And
Can you see that?
Yep.
See him arching his back?
yeah. Is he trying
He's
to push
like,
the glass?
I'm completely confused. There's all these smells of other retics. He doesn't know if he wants to combat or if he smells all these
Getting
female
ready.
retics.
Yeah. Oh, KTA's in the house. Yeah, Justin says, definitely worth the hype. Yeah, now, there you go. You better start getting your emails. Everyone's going to be messaging you. Getting on that list.
No.
Yeah, we get a lot of emails about them.
Do you produce many, or you just produce like a good selection?
No, I think I'd probably produce quite a few. It's my incubators are full of eggs and I got babies. So
Damn.
I've increased my volume of what I'm making because of not being able to satisfy my demand, I guess. So we're making more to the point where like, where are we going to put them all? And right now we've been having all these shipping problems with COVID and then all sorts of bad weather in the Midwest and all these delays through our shipping hubs. So I've experienced the worst shipping ever since December, the beginning of December. And it's created such a backlog for us. So it's really tough.
Yeah. No, because it's definitely like one of those lizards that I think everyone kind of talks about. It's definitely one on my list, so I might be reaching out to get one.
They're incredibly rewarding. It's once they figure you out and they get to know you, they literally want to be with you. They want to come out. So if you have a snake room, you put up like a cat tree, like one of those, with all the different levels. Put that in your snake room, put it on a desk, and he'll climb up it and he'll sit on there and climb all over it and look at you. You go over and scratch him, rub his face, grab his tongue, and then walk away, do your stuff, come back. He might crawl down the floor, walk over to you, climb up your leg, climb over your head, walk across the room, come back out with dust bunnies all over his face. And you're just like, how can you be this incredible?
Yeah. And they just
Yeah.
like recognize that you're not food or anything else.
No. There's never that.
Yeah.
That just it's not like that. They're
Yeah.
so quick to understand. That is like, I always see people and they're posting videos and they're wearing gloves, right? Of every, they got something with these big gloves. I never do that.
Yeah.
I use flesh, my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't do it.
Yeah, because that's something that I've noticed with my Savannah monitor that I have. I used to handle it with gloves and everything, and then one day I was like, why am I doing this, right? So I started handling it just like without gloves, and yeah, he recognized that my hands aren't food. So it's pretty neat.
So when I do this,
Yeah.
and I do this is everything.
Yeah.
I go right there, and they know it's not food.
Yep.
We don't wear gloves here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do any of that stuff. No. You work around what the animal generally offers you, and that ends up giving you that better interaction with the animal.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Is Justin Kabolka still on?
He might be.
Justin, you still there? I'm trying to get him to see if he'll go. I think I can bring him through the phone so we can at least talk to him, just not video. So Justin, if you're there, check your text message. I just texted you. Where is it? Where is it? I just saw. Music City Balls. Your facility open to the public, or is it like you just can't show up? Do you make an appointment only type of deal?
For you guys?
No, for people just don't drive by and walk in.
We do tours. It's by appointment only.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of work for us to do here, and an influx of people is very distracting. So we manage these visits.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I've never done this before, so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna give Justin a call right now. See if this works.
We're gonna have Justin on.
Oh, we do. It does. Cool. I like this little thing.
Hey.
Hey, man. How you
There we
doing?
go.
Hey, what's up?
Good.
Awesome.
Am I
So,
on with with all these awesome other people?
yep. So, say hi, Kevin.
It kind of sounds like Home Alone. Say hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Oh my God.
What's up, Justin? Justin and I were already talking this morning. We were
Hey, it's awesome
yakking all about
you guys are on tonight. I had a good talk with Kevin today, man. Really excited about this US ARC stuff and kind of getting together a little bit as an industry.
Yeah, I mean it's really good. I mean it's just even so many myself even I was explaining to Kevin earlier. It's like I've never been a member of USARC, and it's just I had that attitude. It's like, oh, I'm in Canada. If something came here, I would support it. But we don't really have anything big like that. I just I saw what's going on, and then this, and then Florida, and then New York, and then now Illinois, and I'm just like, whoa, you know what? I mean, why not? I mean, it's going to affect me and everyone else, and all those people. I mean. Even if it was just the United States thing, I mean, I would be devastated just having myself and knowing if my animals I had to give up, all those other people. So you know what? Here, I signed up and then I put a thing up. Hey, I'll add another $500 if I could get one silver and 20 or 25 bronzes. And I think we killed that by 4.
No, even the super chats right now.
Yeah, the
they're
super chats
just
were over
blowing up.
3,000. So
Yeah, it's insane.
it's insane. I mean, it's just so many amazing
That's
people.
incredible.
But like Kevin said, there's so many people out there that do not realize the we need to band together now and do this. It's there's so many keepers and we need to do this because this is serious. And I'm glad so many people came from Canada. So many keepers from Canada posted today, and even in the UK, and it's amazing. And all you American people, just bam, it's crazy. So
We're so outnumbered, from the onset. Even if every one of us binds together here, common goal of protecting our rights, we're, 1,000,000 to 1 of people who don't think we should be keeping these animals.
correct.
And so what are we ever going to do if we can't stick together?
Yep. If anything, we need to unite. I mean, if the time is now, and like, let's, you know, we all love this and support each other. Well, fuck, there's no way to support each other than, you know, banding together and, you know, towards these causes, you know.
Right.
Look at Kevin. Looks so like in depth and thought. Like, just,
I'm just taking it in. I did exactly to them what I was doing to you this morning. Just like machine gun information. And just because I'm trying to get the person that I'm directing at up to speed.
I can't hear Kevin. You hear Kevin?
what's that?
What?
I can't hear Kevin. Is he there?
Oh, you can't hear him? Oh,
I
damn.
can't hear you.
Oh, you can only hear me. Oh, can you guys hear?
Well,
can you hear Justin?
We can hear Justin.
You can hear Justin. He just can't hear you.
Oh, that's weird. Everybody in the chat can hear him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
can't hear you can't hear him, Kevin?
I can hear Justin.
But he can't hear you. Justin can't hear you for some reason. Ah.
Oh, it's
Well,
because his
I
voice
thought
isn't going
Kevin
through the
was
mixer, I don't think. Oh, damn.
Blah 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 blah.
Oh, well, everyone else can hear Justin, and Justin can't hear. Justin can't hear you. That's odd.
I don't want to hijack. Kevin needs to be the one we
What
hear
is-
from right now. But I'll
Correct.
get back to feeding and just watch you guys. But man, thanks for
No, that's
Oh, Chris
that's
Eaton's
not-
in the house too.
Thanks to all you guys.
Yeah, you're awesome, Justin. Thanks for popping in. I'm gonna get used to this toy a little bit better,
Yeah.
and get more
people
used to
on.
it. But yeah, thanks for popping on. And yeah, I'm jealous of some of the animals you've picked up lately. I mean,
Justin's coming to visit me next month on the 7th.
For sure.
oh, cool.
Hey, see you guys.
Later, Justin.
All right. See you, Justin.
Thanks, Justin.
Cool, man.
What? Run Justin through Channel 7 on the Roadcaster.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
it's too
4,
late now.
5. Channel 6 I did through the phone. Oh, 5, 6, 7. I could have do the Bluetooth. Oh well, too late now.
We know for next time. Thanks, Chris.
Okay, ready? Here, hold on. Let's see. So through 7. So that's Bluetooth. You talking about the Bluetooth, Chris?
Probably.
Anyway, Kevin, what about that Boland's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, look
see
at
it.
this.
Wanna
This
see
is
it.
fucking show and tell for all of us. This is like kid in the candy.
He said he would, so I wanted to see.
I wonder if did he mention that he's also breeding them, or
Yeah. Well, I know he's
Yeah.
showing he's breeding them.
those are really cool. No, but the chats are like going crazy right now.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. I mean, it's just amazing the support, everybody here. So
Here's a little one.
Oh,
Oh, that's the
man.
one Tom got to hold, I think. That is so cool.
Now, they darken as they get older.
I
right?
love the color change. It's so cool.
That's so cool.
I'm going to have one of those one day.
Yeah.
They're just insane looking.
oh, red clay, bam.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Watch him
Let's see if
come
this
back
works.
with like a full grown.
Hold on, there we go. It's ringing. You there? Hold on. How come I can't get you through? I'm trying to connect. What's that?
On the Roadcaster.
Oh,
Oh,
there
there
it is.
he
I
is.
could hear him now. I
We
think
got you. You there?
But you got me going through the cell phone or the Bluetooth?
The Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
when
I want
Kevin
to see
comes
if
back,
he
we should
can.
find out.
When
Oh,
Kevin.
there he is. Oh, he did bring a big one.
oh, look at the big bowl in. We
Oh,
got.
So
This
cool.
isn't big. This is large, but not big.
That's not even a big one. That's amazing.
No.
Wow, look at that thing.
I love the
That
heads.
thing is
Look at
insane.
the size of the head.
Can you hear Kevin, Chris?
I can hear Kevin, but he froze up on mine. I just see a chair. Oh, no, there he is.
No,
All right.
he went to go get a snake.
Cool.
Yeah. Can you hear Chris, Kevin?
Oh yes.
Oh,
What's
perfect.
up, Kevin?
Who the fuck can't ever hear Chris? Fuck, I mean, you know
That's
what?
what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ. That's like asking if your body needs water
Yeah.
to survive. Of course.
Body definitely needs water.
Yeah, I figured I'd try it now that, at least now I know how to bring people on now.
Perfect.
Should have asked the export. Fuck, Damn it, Chris.
Look at the heads on those things, though. They're so cool.
Yeah, that thing is insane.
So you just popped in, eh? Chris?
Yeah, I just popped in. Saw that Kevin was on. Figured let me come check you guys out.
Yeah, what we're doing is, we're doing, half the funds from the super chats and the donations, which are over 3K already. Half's going to USARC, and the other half's going to Reptile Relief 101.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're still going. I know it's going to get bigger. I know it's...
That's nice. I just threw $100 in the pot.
We saw that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Much
man.
respect, man.
So,
Yeah, we see all of them.
yeah, gotta help out.
Exactly.
Look at this thing. I mean, I'm just so fascinated
Right.
watching Kevin with his animals that are just so chill and tame, and I'd be terrified as hell,
No,
Well, I am because I'm not used to it, right? Like, it's one of those things. I mean, I have snakes, and even the boa. Some of the big boa that I've got, I get, and it's just sort of, if it moves a little, I'm not really afraid, but it just because I'm not.
Different.
It feels different, and I'm not, 100%. Like, 6 months from now.
You need a lesson from me, and I'll give you pretty big improvement just by some of the stuff I can teach you.
Do you find that those bullens require a lot of work to get to that point?
No.
No? That's good to know.
No. I mean, you just got to have your care. Your husbandry has to be just, dialed. No, they're very intelligent species, and they're very just critical as far as what they just need for care, but they're not like difficult.
Mm-hmm.
There's far more difficult snakes, I think.
That's so chill.
Yeah,
They're so cool.
the closest.
She was out basking, and I just woke her up.
Nice.
Hey, Chris, did you see all the amazing people from even so many of us Canadians, as well as people from the UK and all the Americans just popping up and donating and upping their memberships and getting new memberships? It's just crazy today.
Yeah, it's going nuts today.
Yep.
JT was challenging people, if he could get 10 screenshots of, people that joined, he donated $1,000, and some other guy did it too.
Sick.
So a lot of people were doing it.
Amazing. Yeah, that's the thing. And I saw the 5-person challenge,
Mm-hmm.
It's so sick.
Right.
Just killing it, man. All for an awesome cause.
Yes.
Well, the nice thing is it's happening in so many places right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin would know more, but I think that this is the first time I've seen them trying to ban things in so many states at once.
And we're right now in the season. There's more coming. This is in the new administration that we have going on, and it's like a free for all. What are you doing? That's Snarfles. He inhaled too many dust bunnies.
Oh god.
Pretty fun.
That was
What are
loud.
you doing? All right, I'll put her away, but you can see.
So sick. Thank you.
That's so neat.
That is just awesome. I think you and Snarfles are,
Both sneezing.
both snuffing up those dust bunnies, buddy. Did
I guess so.
you get some sleep last night, Chris?
What's that?
Did you get some sleep last night after the thing, or yep?
Yeah, no, a little bit. I mean, we ended it pretty early.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go
No,
for we're gonna beat the record of 9 hours. You fucking punked out on me.
I
don't know how
can't
you
even be
guys-
doing that.
I don't know how you guys did
I
that.
don't talk to my family for 9 hours a week total. Well, I'm not going to talk to you guys for 9 hours at one clip. But no, it was fun. A lot of people had a great time. So we're going to do it again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, awesome. That's the second one I've popped in on too, and it's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
fucking invited Chris, and he was just like, "Fuck you guys," you know. So
I'm a pretty big
like,
dick,
I'm not
so
making it.
Yep.
That was what was that? Yesterday?
Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we killed it. What? 10,
I had
10
a
o'clock?
very long weekend, so I'll have to catch a break on that.
No, I hear you.
What are your plans this week? Anything exciting?
No, just you know, plugging away, working, and we got the all hot chick episode going on Friday night.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Who's the guest tonight? This Friday.
well, we're gonna do it Friday and then release it Saturday on YouTube.
Oh, sick.
But it's Brittany Gobbo, Corey Martin, Marita, Deadly Tarantula Girl,
Yep.
a bunch of other girls. Yeah, so
Awesome. Look out for that
I
Sunday,
just figured,
Saturday.
why not? That's going to be released on Saturday. I've been getting a lot of complaints about it, but not from people really complaining, but from women, other women asking why weren't they invited.
Yeah, you can't pick everybody. I know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, what do we got there?
I believe
That's a mangrove. Yeah. Fucking unreal.
The thing is insane.
Now, how is that as a species?
I love them. Really, very reactive.
That's beautiful. Look
Yeah.
at that thing.
And wait, like when it opens its mouth, it looks even more crazy.
Oh yeah.
And how big do they get?
So this is divergence. So you know,
crazy.
like,
Ooh.
for this type, maybe 4.5 foot.
Oh wow, that's not bad at all.
Do you work with any of the other boiga?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. Now, are those? I mean, I'm new to that. I just think it looks cool as hell. Is that an arboreal species or is that?
Yes. Semi-arboreal, but terrestrial, arboreal.
Yeah,
That is amazing.
They're all the boiga are rear fang venomous, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
So that's like a hognose.
Yep.
So if that bites
That's
you,
a little worse than a hog nose.
Yeah, that's that could put you.
I'm just saying, guys, don't fucking flame me. I'm new. I don't know everything. No, don't jump on me because I made a mistake. Come on, let's not get into that culture.
Very, very similar in terms of how they get you, but what happens when they get you is a little different.
Yeah. That's so. See the colors? It's like silver, black,
Yeah,
purple.
all the boiga are really cool. I used to have
Wow.
the green. Those are the cat snakes.
So
Yeah, I
sick.
used to have the green. Me and Nick had a pair.
We got to get some show fucking pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's cool too? I'm gonna give them a shout out. Is when I was on MJ's podcast, he has the one sponsor. It's those cubes.
Oh, the sim containers?
Nope, not the sim. The
Oh.
actual. I reached out to them because they're so cool looking. Something cube. Oh, it's not on the tip of my tongue.
Oh my god.
What? That's the albino
I
version?
was just looking at one right now. They're crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
Dude.
Look at the head.
I didn't know they. That's
So
insane.
nuts.
Wow. I gotta find. I'm gonna give them a
Now,
shout out.
are you producing any of those like for sale?
Not for sale yet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wow,
I mean,
mangroves are just insane. Focus, thank you, Andrew. Redwood reptiles, focused cubed habitats.
like, what
They're
the-
super cool looking, and they're just so amazing looking. Like they're just sort of futuristic and
Yeah.
just, you know. I reached out to them because I saw them a while back, and I'm like, they're cool. And then on MJ's podcast, when I was watching Austin on it, he said, "Oh, and our sponsor." But when I looked again, and I'm just like, man. So I reached out saying, "I don't know what I'm putting in it yet, but I love your cubes. I think your habitats are amazing." And I don't know. And they're like, what were you thinking of getting? I'm like, I don't know what I'm even putting in it yet, but they're just so cool. I got to have one. So look at that's sick, mangrove.
That is very cool.
You writing all this stuff down like that we need?
What? We need this?
Yeah, we need all this shit. I'm like, don't forget, I got that whole room, man.
I know someone who could get you one. If you really want one.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, do I have to go to a dark alley at night with a paper bag?
You could own one.
Like,
Yeah,
I know a guy that can get you one.
No,
Like,
but they're just rare to find. That's the problem.
the Boyega you can come across fairly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're just kind of rare. They
Yeah.
pop up here and now and then.
Yeah.
That is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's he bringing now?
One of the few things that isn't super hard to get up here.
Yeah.
The non-albino version.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
so neat.
crazy.
Wow. And they get what, like 9 feet?
That's probably almost full grown.
This is Melanota. So the albino I just showed you. Snarfles, hold on. Snarfles must investigate. Get over here. Look at this.
Look how awesome that is.
No, the thing is, it's by far one of my favorite snakes.
Wow, we got to get them up. I'll get a male or female. We'll get a male and female.
So cool, man. Do it.
We got to do that, just like showpieces.
Oh, man.
They're just
Like,
so
I
crazy.
just like how they open their mouth. They're just cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I just love it. It's just, man, just beautiful species. Sick. Look at that thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's probably one of the closest things to owning a hot, like
And
a hot
those
snake.
are hard to get, or they're
They pop up, but they're rare. Like,
Generally, you got to get them in like Europe imports. So they come up a few times a year.
we're definitely gonna look into that. That's definitely something.
Well, next time I see a list, I'll send it to you if you're looking.
you can have it like in a really nice setup too.
Well, that's what I
Like a
want. I mean, we
terrarium.
get to actually have like some sort of like these. If go on, look right now. Look at the focused cubed habitats. They're nuts. They're just like nuts. I mean, I would just get one just to have empty. It's that cool looking, just to look at it.
They're pretty cool.
Look at some of the ones they have. That'd be cool, eh? You just have this habitat. People are like, what's in there? Take a look. And they spend 4 hours looking. You didn't see it? And it's keep them looking around the fucking thing.
So how's your night been, Chris?
It was great till he got on this.
Yes. I actually was watching one of Shane's videos from Small Town Exotics, and he was talking about some kind of oasis enclosure that actually could bolt to the wall.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, they only make the one size, I guess, for now. It's Oasis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you actually can hang it up like, like a television just on your wall. It'd be pretty cool.
Right.
No, I mean that's what's amazing is all these, people, innovating and making cool things.
I even have ball pythons.
Oh wow!
Oh, snap.
Okay, since we got ball pythons out, there's a few things. Hit it, Austin.
What's odium?
What the fuck's odium?
That looks like it's odium.
Really
I
cool.
guess.
Odium's fucking badass.
Okay, yeah,
What does
but
it do?
please explain to us what the hell are we looking for?
Probably
What
like
does it do?
This has odium in it, and it's eating away all the pigment. Let me see. It eats away all the pigment. You see the pigment dissolving?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
one thing it does. It does so much wicked shit. Let me go see if I can find
Do you have a
something.
single gene odium?
Single gene odium.
It's boring.
It's boring.
I still want to see it.
It's boring. Oh shit!
He doesn't want to waste anyone's time.
Yeah, these focus cubes, I'm looking at them. They're really cool.
Aren't they cool looking? And you can
Yeah.
get them like, wow. See that big one? It's like the big one that's tall and it's got side. Just cool. Big shout out to Focused.
We are 120 away from 35.
$120 away
Yeah.
from 3,500. Awesome.
Yep.
Amazing.
You guys are phenomenal.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Say something, Chris.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how long the delay is here, because you guys are on delay for me, and you guys
probably 'cause you're
know,
watching the
obviously-
live.
Oh, yeah, you're watching the live.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
It sometimes delays like that.
Delay on a delay on a delay.
Here's an odium combo.
Whoa, that is crazy.
That is pretty cool.
So what is that?
Enchi leopard, something.
Orange Dream. Enchi leopard.
No orange dream in that.
Enchi leopard pastel.
He said no Enchi.
No, he said
No, there has to be.
orange dream.
No, Orange Dream. That's Enchi.
Oh.
I can tell. Look at the head. Enchi
Yeah,
leopard
the head
pastel.
stands Enchi pastel leopard for sure.
Yellow belly.
Yep.
Yellow belly odium.
Probably
with,
fire in there.
Probably hidden gene Woma. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let
what's
me go,
making the lines on the side?
Jesus, that's fucking.
That is crazy.
Look at the orange.
It's not. It's
You
not
get
even a
these,
recessive.
like here's some super. This is some other stuff, super fader stuff.
Whoa.
So all these things have odium in them.
No,
No, not all of them.
Oh, okay.
No, they're just.
We'd be like kids in the candy store. I'm at a kids in the candy store now. I mean, imagine being there. Like, it's
Yeah.
just fucking nuts. How long does it, like, if we come down for a day, we're not going to see half the shit you got. We got to spend a couple days, right?
Well, you'll get to see a lot.
He's like,
It's
I don't want you
just
there
nuts.
for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's like
It's like a couple
day's
hours.
the two of us in one fucking facility. It's like, fucking be like a sign off, fucking hyperact. Woo! That's why he'd be like, dude, I have to leave. I got to go spend some time with the animals.
Yeah.
Shit.
You
Oh, there's Don again, man. Bam. Pear tree pythons.
I just can't believe I seen a albino mangrove.
Isn't
Like,
that
Yeah.
crazy?
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, I already talked to Jeffrey earlier, and I said we got to go down and do when he gets his new setup. We're gonna go down and film, take a look,
that'd be cool.
because I wouldn't even mind doing that too.
Yeah.
Man, I want a lychee.
Yeah, I do too. I want to get. We should do that. Just
Get a few animals, different kinds.
I
put them
mean,
at the
fuck,
front.
it's just so cool.
If you get a male, get a female, or the other way around. I want a lychee so bad.
Yeah,
I've been putting
lychee.
it off for way too long.
Doesn't Nick have one?
He has the mix.
Yes, but he has a male
like
and
he
it's
has-
a mix. So
Oh, it's like a hybrid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not a hybrid, but it's just mixed locale. It's
Bored yet, Chris?
No, never.
See, I don't mind lychees, but they just have like this like projectile shit.
yeah. The
Yeah,
poop
but
is-
just don't keep your mouth open.
No, I'm just
while
saying,
you're
like,
filming.
Whoa.
You'll be doing a.
What was that first thing you just showed?
Some Enchi.
That's an odium combo. This would be hidden gene Woma, Mojave, Enchi,
Oh my god!
leopard, odium.
Wild.
What the
That's crazy.
This is like Enchi, odium,
leopard?
orange dream.
No, leopard.
No,
Fire.
no, not. It'd be Lucifer on this one. No, I don't think so.
So is Lucifer another type of fire, or is it like a yellow belly?
Yeah, it's like extreme fire. Yeah.
Okay. That's what it is. And what about Malum?
Yeah, Malum. I'll show you. Hold on.
I want to know what the fuck Malum is. Yeah, I mean, fuck, we got the fucking evil morph god. Let's hit some of the names, some of the shit that it does.
3,600.
3,600. Sick.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Sick.
Guys, you're amazing. This is so
So
cool.
sick. Yeah, plus the 500 I'm donating because everybody,
Yeah.
crushed the fucking,
It's a good thing you didn't give out tiers, eh? Like, oh, if you hit this many, I'll donate 5,000. You would have been blown away.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wouldn't have been because I expect that from this fucking
No, but
awesome community. Come on, what you're saying, like come on,
Yeah, Chris, why don't you match the 4K?
because you think about it. I said I'll put 500
Man, I already
out,
gave the only $5 I had.
but no, I said, hey, you know what? I'll invest $500. I'll donate it.
No, I know.
If I could get 1 silver and 25 bronze, and I think we
No,
got
I
like
know.
6 or 7 silvers and
It was phenomenal.
80?
Whoa. That's cool.
Is that Enchi Malum?
Super, Enchi,
Yeah.
Pinstripe, Lesser, Malum.
That's
Whoa,
crazy
that's
looking.
Pin? That's so
yeah,
cool. I
see
can
that.
see it too now. Yep.
So what
Even
does
in
it
the
do?
head.
That is cool.
So what is
And then if I go further with it, hold on.
is Malum like Enchi?
It likes Enchi and Orange Dream.
It likes it.
It likes it, but what does it look like without it? I think because I know we have it. We have some. Well, the animal came from him.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Oh, Andrew from Redwood Reptiles LLC. Shout out to Snakes and the Fat Man, Mr. Chris.
There we go.
Awesome, man.
Don't give that guy any more attention. God.
Who? Chris? Yeah, well, we got it, because you know what? If not, he'll just rag on us. So we got to give him some love.
Richie says, Chris.
You got to be nice to Chris or he'll just rag on you, call you douches, and you know what I mean?
Wait, he doesn't do that anyway?
No, I only do that to the people I like. The people I hate, cunts usually. So if I ever call any of you guys a cunt, that means I'm mad.
That's right, you haven't eaten. Fuck, sorry, dude.
Chad said, ask Kevin about Motley. I didn't even know they worked with that.
Really?
That's good to know. Well, we'll find
Hold
out.
on, we're talking about fucking Kevin here. What doesn't he work
That's
with?
true. I
Like,
don't know why
fuck.
I would have thought that.
I don't see much pies from that guy.
Remember that crazy spider pied combo I showed you from him?
He does a lot of Enchi pies.
Do you remember that
Yeah.
high pattern spider pied I showed you?
I bet Malum was in there.
Yeah, I want to ask him about that.
Yeah, we got to ask, because like I said, all those animals we have are... We held everything back. Here he comes.
Okay, back to Odium for a second. See all that pigment on the back?
Yeah.
Yeah?
See what it does to the side?
Like erases it.
It erases it.
But isn't
you
that
get this-
fader?
No, so the fader would go right through the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right here, same deal.
That has
You see
pin in it?
That's one thing it does. It does ridiculous shit. It makes stuff look fucking bizarre.
Is there a pin in there?
What?
Is there a pin in that one in your left hand?
There is, yes, this one's, that one's got pin in it.
Yeah, I can see the pin.
Yep.
What's giving it that brightness?
Enchi pastel.
Yeah, but not pastel
there's
Enchi. That's
probably Lucifer.
the fire.
Lucifer, Enchi, pastel, like you said. But they, their colors are like pretty insane. It really makes things pop.
And those are pretty much adults. Like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
cool.
He's like a whirlwind. He's just in and out and gone.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Definitely gotta hit up. We gotta go there.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much shit we gotta do.
I was just saying we should make a big Canadian trip down there when everything.
Yeah, we gotta do
Well,
that.
just a
We
road
gotta
trip,
stop
just
off.
everywhere.
You're in New York, right, Chris?
Yeah, you guys come down. I'll meet you up there.
Well, no, I'm just
But
saying
it's
that's the
about
last
4
place we're gonna
hours
go.
away from me. Calm it down. Please. I don't want to be here either. So don't even don't even think you're insulting me. All right.
Chris he's so quick. You're awesome, man.
You have to go try
He just bam, like, you know what I mean?
try the foods, like the pizzas in New York and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure you know where the best, like the pizza and the what's a food that you have to come when you come to New York. You have to have.
Why? Because I'm a fat guy.
No, not that.
Hey, I'm pretty big too, so that's
A lion, man. Like,
I only know locations based off food.
yeah, that's how he rolls.
No, we got pizza and Chinese food. That's what we're known for, and Italian food.
Sick.
If you want to eat something that you've seen, like there's restaurants here that look exactly the same as they did in Goodfellas. And they're fucking good. So
Sick.
I got you.
But yeah, you want to come down to New York? I'll fucking meet you up by Nerd. I mean, I've been close to Nerd. I've been to the New Hampshire show.
Yep.
And that fucking show sucks. And fucking, I remember my partner would actually at the White Plains show try to get a Darth Vader from Kevin.
Yep.
Way back when, 5 or 6 years ago. And You offered him like 20 grand, and Kevin was just like, no. Fucking go fuck yourself. All right.
Quebec Reptiles in the house representing. Oh, you guys are awesome.
This is
No,
amazing.
but I think a road trip, just like
Yeah.
everywhere, would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just,
You got
just,
your passport?
Yeah.
you got your passport? Cool. Who the fuck's going to work the facility?
Got Catherine.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? You know,
I'll be the first one there. What are you talking about?
of course you will. As long as I give you notice, man. You're always there.
Yeah.
I meant to
How
nerd,
close
not
are
your
you
place.
guys to Niagara Falls?
2 hours.
Oh, an hour and
What do
a
you mean?
half.
Not
It's gonna
It takes me
If-
45 minutes to
45
get
minutes
there.
to an
Look,
hour.
listen,
Oh,
listen. If I take my
with
bike,
traffic?
okay, it's gonna take
No.
an
Hour and a
hour
half?
or two.
No, when I did the St. Catharines Costco, I was there 35 minutes.
Well, we did. St.
But you're
Catharines to
still-
the Cocoa. We did 45 minutes one way.
Yeah, but
You're-
we're also a little bit of stuff.
You're
yeah.
still like 35 minutes from Niagara and St. Catharines, though. From Niagara Falls?
For you, it's probably like
It's 45 minutes
50
for me.
minutes,
Yeah.
No, I'd say I can do it in an hour.
I'm very close.
The summer I did an hour and a half.
I do 140 on the highway.
I do like 190 on the highway.
This is just.
I do the speed limit because I'm not trying to
Yeah.
This
kill
is just
myself.
allegedly. They don't really speed.
I'll race you after.
I'm good.
No, man, Kevin, man, awesome, man. Love, sick.
You guys could send me running around and like, there's too many animals.
Okay,
It's a lot to, and Snarfles keeps trying to come.
I see him.
over.
just free roaming.
Hello, buddy.
Oh, Joe from Empire States. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. If we go, I mean, there's so many people, man. You gotta come here. You gotta.
Catherine's in the chat saying, no, I'm coming.
Maybe we could fit you in the suitcase.
Callie, we're going with them.
All right, guys, can I leave you now because it's been so hot in this room?
100%. Yo, I mean, no, it's been awesome, man. We're already like 3 hours, over 3 hours.
Yeah, this was phenomenal.
But no, man, just you know.
Hopefully you got some good content. This is live right now? Will it be?
It'll be automatically saved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's saved, and you know all the people from UK and stuff overseas, they'll wake up and see it as well.
Yeah.
And see what we're doing here, see what we've talked about, see all your awesome stuff, and I really gotta now look and look at your what do you call it? The steps.
Oh, you're gonna go down a rabbit hole, Jack.
Oh, probably, but hey, man, I'm not gonna. I know I'm not gonna regret it.
So make sure you check out on YouTube, New England Reptile Distributors, New England Reptile on Facebook. But you don't get to see much on Facebook because Facebook hides everything. But Evil Morph God on Instagram. And we're also New England Reptile on Instagram. And we also have our streaming where we, talk to people. And we have a really good fan base there on twitch.tv. Because if you try to do any of that stuff on YouTube, it completely changes your algorithm and you get punished. And nobody gets to see they don't ever suggest your videos. So that's why we went to the Twitch platform. But most important, usart.org. Your membership really counts. I cannot thank you enough if you were to join or you put support. This Thursday, we're planning on responding to the FWC, and anybody that can muster the energy to generate a phone call after I give you some details. And the details I'm going to generate are pretty much going to be on the New England Reptile Facebook.
Cool.
I have obviously multiple different groups I've created.
I'll share the link.
Reptile Keepers Against Prejudice. That's one of them because all these legislators are prejudiced against us, and I want to incite riotous type activities to fight for our rights. And I really appreciate you taking half of those proceeds and giving it to us at US Art, because if you saw, the tireless work, Phil Goss, I mean, I give him so much credit because I would be very, very discouraged at times. Just another law. And then the amount of energy it takes to fight back is ridiculous.
I
certainly
crazy.
bared witness to that when we fought the invasive python ban, and they gave me, it's like 320 pages of U.S. Fish and Wildlife's argument, and I'm supposed to counter argue 320 pages with points about, you know, reproductivity of these animals and the snakes we're defending, and then have to educate the attorneys, and the attorneys have to come up with essentially bullet points, all done, our whole argument within about 25 pages. And USARC was able to craft that, and we were able to basically educate a judge that was willing to think, and he upheld the law, and we won. And if we can do that, we probably can do a lot of these other things.
Well, I mean, I'm not stopping the, you know, the getting people to get out there and share and you know, donate or upgrade their membership or get a damn membership. And I think other people, especially everybody here, you know, we've done our part. We got to educate people and help promote and let them know to do their part as well. Because like Kevin said, I mean, our strength's in numbers. And we can only do so many, and we can only do so much personally. But if we can share it and have other people do it, you know, it's amazing how a snowball effect. Look at today. I just put up, hey, I'll donate another $500 if we get, and I put a pretty decent, you know, cap, and fuck, we blew that in the first 20 minutes, half an hour. Yeah. You know, it's nuts. So
and even just now, like
it's because you got me, guy. Snarfles, my fan base.
Yes.
It's like in the millions.
You know what we got to do? We all my episodes, you probably haven't seen one, but at least, you know, now you're going to know. We have a guy named Chad from Richie's Recessives. And at every end of the show, I always ask the guest to say Chad, EAD. But we want to do it where Snarfles says it.
Okay, guy, Chad, EAD.
oh man,
there you go. The chat's gonna
phenomenal.
go on. The chat's gonna go lit. Snarfles, you the man. You the man. That was.
Of course. And don't forget to advocate. Your voice counts. And of course, remember, hashtag Snarfles, because I am most amazing snake. And who do you love? Who's the guy with the googliest eyes? Me. All right. I wish you all good night.
Good night, Kevin. You rock.
See you, man. Thank you very
All right,
much.
guys.
Keep doing what you're doing, man.
all right, man.
Bye.
Thanks,
See ya.
brother.
That's so awesome.
So sick. So sick.
Did you keep
That was a
track?
good one?
It's an amazing one. I think you're still on.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah,
on.
that's all right.
Are you still on? Yeah, you're
How
still
much-
on. Yeah, we're still live too.
We're still live, yeah,
How much
nothing
was raised? Did you keep a track?
Yeah, I
30,
was. Hold
almost
on.
just under 3,900.
Yeah, it was just under 39, I believe.
So sick.
Hold on.
Nice.
Kelly just posted it, so I'm not even going to look at my
Look at everybody. The laughing in the thing.
3780, 780. Jesus.
Yeah, almost 4K, man. Awesome.
Yeah, you
and
guys are
you know, we got a
amazing.
lot of info from you, and I think, you know, other people are gonna watch this, and maybe, you know, I'll say, hey, we got to watch this. If you really want to know what's going on, don't have to watch the full 3 hours or 3.5 hours. Watch the first hour, and maybe it'll get people to realize a little more what the fuck's going on and what we really need to do. But it is important, and everybody here and the donations and everything else is just, it's amazing, and great cause for everybody. Like everybody here, whether you like each other or don't, it affects us all. So, you know.
Don't like you.
You hardly got to know me yet. When you do get to know me, you'll probably hate me more.
No, that won't happen.
That's awesome. Love you, man. You're awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, my man.
And thank you, everybody. I appreciate all of your support.
Later, man. You take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
And I'm going to end Kevin. We got end meeting for all. Goodbye. So that's done. So he's frozen. Ah!
No, you're frozen.
That's good. Look at that. Look at that look.
That's a good one. You should just leave that up.
I will. I can't take it off. Fucking look at that, eh, Chris?
Perfect.
Anyways, thanks for coming on, Chris, and give me that. Now I know how to bring someone on. So next time I'll have someone that's really important next time.
That's right. You just do it ahead of time. Just so you know, the cell phone track is better than the Bluetooth track.
I tried.
So you have to make sure your cell phone is plugged into it.
Yeah, I did do that. I tried it, and for some reason, I don't know. Oh, it could be.
He plugged it in with the auxiliary, though.
Yeah, it's the cord.
Oh, right.
So this is Bluetooth, and this is a cord.
Because
That's why
on
I
my
plugged
phone,
it.
everything goes through one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole
So-
stupid thing.
But no, man, thanks for popping on, man. You're awesome too, and you know, always a great guest.
Yeah.
Even though he
No,
wasn't a
dude, I
guest.
love you guys, man. You guys are fucking awesome.
Thanks, man. We try, man. That's the thing, man. You know, we got a, cool group here, and if we can go and teach positivity and motivate people and bring people together, especially for amazing causes, and I mean, you know what I stand about, and I'm never changing, and I'm always the same way, and if I can help people do better and bring people together, even in just times of need, I mean, cool. You guys can all be pieces of shit afterwards, but just let's get this doing. But
yeah, I guess. I mean, I'd rather get them a little bit apart, but fucking
yeah.
There's only so much to say. Did you see the shit about that guy today, that morph seekers?
No, I know he's on here. What happened now?
There was some problem on between him and Corey Gonzalez, and I was like, we can't even get through one fucking tough time without like another fucking tough time right behind it,
Wow. But another thing too is I haven't seen that one yet, but all I do know that it's just there's so many people doing so many things, and then they've got like, I don't know, we gotta just come together, man. I mean, we do, but there's a lot of shitty people out there, and I don't know, you can't save the world in a night.
Yeah,
you can try.
Right.
You can try, but hey, man, and that's the thing is people have seen me, and I'm the same way, and I've said the same way. I'm doing the same things for years. Don't everyone have to agree with me. Not everybody has to, do what I do, but I know I'm doing it because that's what I want to do. It's what I like to do, and people can have their own opinion, and I don't, crucify them for it. There's so many ways to do different things, but it just sucks that there's so much. I don't know. I guess not. I don't even call it hate. There's just so much negativity.
No, there's a lot of hate. I can't even tell you the amount of emails I get every week that tell me how much I suck. Right? So fucking, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. You have an opinion, you're allowed, and you voice it, and other people can have one, and they can voice it too. But at the end of the day, we'll all get along, I hope. At least band together for a cause that affects us all,
Yeah, seriously. And between Texas and the USR thing, I mean, I think that's this year's Chase and JT problem,
Yep.
So.
But no,
all
man.
right, gentlemen. Well,
thanks for coming on, buddy.
Man.
Yep.
All right,
buddy.
thank you, guys. Chris, I'll talk to you later.
See you, man.
Bye.
And there's Chris Eaton.
Awesome.
Cool. What a
Still 250 people here.
What a
you guys
cool
are
night.
amazing. This
crazy.
is so fun.
This one is definitely one for the books.
No, it was pretty damn
Yeah,
cool, man.
Justin Kabilka, nerd.
Oh yeah, we had Justin on
Yeah.
here. The evil morph god.
Yeah.
Snarkles.
It was cool.
Snarfles.
Snarfles.
Get it right. The guy's he's that fucking famous. You don't even know his name.
It's getting
The
late.
lion's done. He can't,
getting
stay
late.
on anymore.
But everybody, man. I mean, you guys rock. I mean, everything. Keep sharing stuff. Keep motivating people. Keep educating people to understand what we're up against right now. 4K guys. 2Ks, 2,000 to pretty much. If it is, I'm gonna round it up so that it is 4K, whatever it is, and then 2,000 to each plus what was brought in. If we keep sharing and posting and motivating others and letting them know, send a link to this. Say, hey, you know what? Here's a pretty good podcast. Justin was on, blah, 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 whatever we have to do. At least watch the first half an hour to an hour of when Kevin was talking and just giving us the shit that we're up against. People can see it, donate. Of course, when he puts up that phone number you know, on that, I'll start sharing the link for there so that we can, you know, 400 people's nothing. We had that pretty much at one point on here. And I mean, we're helping out fucking Florida, you know, and then we'll help out when it hits, you know, New York, and we'll help out when it hits fucking Chicago or Illinois. So, you know, like, it's just, you know, we all love what we're doing. We all want to keep it. We got to stop fucking hating on each other. And, you know, shitty things happen, I understand, but we got to be better. And, you know, God knows, I mean, we all can in different ways. But you guys rock. We love you. Here's the outro. Stay strong. Talk to you soon.
Jump on the Aftercast.
Aftercast. Shameless plug. The Reptile Ward. YouTube. My channel. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. My channel. My content.